Huzzah!
Whamma ding dong.
Can you hear yourselves?
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub! Where's my Szechuan sauce?
Oh my god, guys!
I want my Szechuan sauce. Ah, this is racism.
Have we actively, portrayed Rick and Morty fan yet? Yes.
Hello.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah. You will be immortalized as purely offensive people. It's fine.
You know what?
Oh, Infernal's alive again.
As long as this doesn't reach potential future employers, it doesn't matter.
What the fuck happened?
Well, I plan to work for myself anyway, so it's all good.
How do I join friends? What the fuck?
You don't.
I'll
send you
I
a-
mean, I don't have any. Feels bad, man.
Send you an invite. Don't worry.
Feels bad, man. Feels real bad, man.
Oh my goodness. That was an amazing start to the stream. Technical issues all over the place and all of that.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, everyone offending everyone.
It's fine. Doesn't
Saying Chris has a bad body odor.
Oh dear.
Simon just generally being savage as fuck.
And
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
no one retorting to him, because let's face it, we all love Simon.
Uh-huh.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Fuck monkey.
You can hear that.
Yeah.
Harlan, you know you're not supposed to fuck monkeys.
Well, didn't stop you, did it?
Is that what you call your mum now, a monkey?
No, I call my mother an orangutan.
I think more of a baboon after I was done with her. I'm sorry.
If you'd seen how large my mother was, you'd know how disgusting that is.
That's...
Not because I'm related to her, but because... Okay.
Also, if you
I
were...
love my
So
mother,
if your
but
mum
she's
was
beyond
thin, you would fuck
ugly.
her.
No, that's just not...
That's what you're saying now,
That's
Harlan.
not the only disgusting thing, is what I'm saying.
How large is the ladder you need to get out of that hole?
About 1 inch, so, just hang your dick down.
I think... No, I think
That's a lot of
it's the point
excess
where
rope
it
you
would be
need.
quicker to just finish digging all the way through the earth
Yeah,
than to climb out.
just go say hello to the Australians.
Alright, where's an alien to bang? Tentacles, ooh. Tentacles in a dungeon? I don't know. What's worse? How do I make this worse?
Simon can make tentacles. Just
So
say
Simon, Sasha wants to get tentacles.
Is the map supposed to be empty?
Fucking cretins.
Is who?
Fucking cretins, the words of you.
What'd
Is
you
the
say?
map supposed to be empty? Chris?
Is what?
Is the map supposed to be empty, like just square?
Yeah. Either Sam or Simon is loud. Sam or Simon.
Hello!
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, it's me.
I think I'm lagging.
Harlan, shut the fuck up.
Ah, fuck you.
Sound
No
test
thank you.
is needed.
Really, Sam? At this point, I thought you'd be willing to take anything.
Anything but a
It
soulless
might be
jet.
that, are they all the same volume as me? First person was loud, so Sam, that's you.
Hello,
It's just Sam.
it's just me. Okay, that's always good.
Right,
I am the flop
I've
one.
changed your volume, so we'll try that again. I'm wondering if there's, if there's more sound issues. Like, it might just be that, I'm wondering, is it just Sam or is it everybody? Because your volume peaks at another level compared to everything else. Because if it's me that's quiet and it's Simon that's quiet, I can turn both of us up. That's fine. But if it's louder than usual, then I'll reset people back down to what they were. Because all my audio stuff has gone stupid. So,
crunch, 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 crunch.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Alright.
Crunch.
So, quick sound test. Sam.
Hello.
Harlan.
Hello.
Hello.
Simon.
Hello.
Infernal. Infernal! Infernal, have you died again?
Hello? What?
There we
I'm
go.
lagging really hard. I don't know what's happening.
Stop.
Yeah, your ping is really high.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh God.
Also, one question. How come I can see everyone's ping but mine?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is.
To be
I don't
fair,
know.
that's probably the least useful information we could have.
Hmm.
For me, everyone has 149 ping. I think it's lying.
Okay.
You just peaked at
Okay.
296.
Apparently we're
You
now
hit
all
333
okay, so...
a second ago.
Okay, we're all okay now, apparently.
Okay.
Everyone
Well, that's
has
good to know.
149 ping for me.
Is something downloading on Steam or something like that?
No, nothing's downloading. I think it's just the fucking player's handbook that's lagging.
Oh, right.
That's why I need to get all my stuff up.
Also, which page is Barbarian? 42 or something?
If you go to the contents page, you can just click on Barbarian on there.
Barbarian might
I
not
found
be
it.
one of them, but...
I found it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
42.
so-
Click on classes and then you can go down.
Alright, so...
I found it. It's 42.
Are you all sitting comfortably?
Never.
I'm lying down. Thanks.
Don't fall asleep. You know what happened last time.
I'm gonna go put my lamp on.
Okay, that might help.
Drink some
at
energy
least.
drink. That's healthy for you. It's not.
So, we're all sitting comfortably.
Sort of.
Good. So, welcome to anybody who is in chat, who has joined me from previous streams or whatever. So, let us begin. Our party of adventurers, with our players of Sam, Harlan, Simon and Infernal, leading their characters. Elsyan, a high elf mystic, led by Sam. Queglod, led by Simon, who is a warlock. Sasha, who is a cleric, dwarf and cleric, led by Harlan. And Bhold, a Goliath barbarian, led by Infernal. These four adventurers found themselves in a fairly interesting situation, where, after a short recalling of their lives before and their current situation, they found themselves standing in the centre of the street, building burning before them. Not knowing what to do, they stood their ground. Guards came up, told them that they should leave. After all, they were civilians. After a short amount of time, the building erupted in smoke and flame into a giant fire elemental, attacking the party and the guards nearby. No injuries were taken, and the party successfully swept through and destroyed the fire elemental. Shortly after, a wizard, someone from the town, arrived to clean up the remainder of the mess. The party, seeing this as their chance to leave, was escorted by a guard to the nearby tavern, enjoying themselves and spending a little bit of downtime, resting and making sure that they're all ready for the new day. They decided that they'd do a little bit of adventuring, making sure that they learning the area and that sort of thing. One of our players, Bhold, the Goliath barbarian, found his way into a fight pit, becoming a contestant, a competing individual. Fighting his way through the pit, he was taken in and was put against a particular individual, a tiefling monk, who went by the name of Cannibal. The party decided they wanted to follow suit, heading downwards into the base of the tavern, towards where the pit was, each placing their bets. A flawless victory was had by Bhold, winning himself a large amount of gold, along with membership into the base pit. After the final battle had been done, they had a little conversation with the individuals, went back up to the tavern, got their rooms, and went to sleep. Waking up, they found themselves with warm breakfast of particularly nice cuisine compared to what other tavern foods they've had before, and a group of guards waiting for them. The group of guards said that they would be escorting them. It wouldn't be it wasn't an arrest by any means, but they were escorted. Not to the High Templar of the city, but to the High Marshal. An individual who, from what they knew from history, was the Grand Vizier of the city, the second hand to the Emperor himself. This individual wanted their attention, but for what? As you all enter the room, pushed in by the guards who are now behind you, you entered into this grand room, regal in nature, color and light flooding the room. A large window sits opposite you as you enter in through the mahogany door. You see on your left and your right, you see bookshelves filled with all forms of tomes and other artifacts. You see glass cases every now and then. You see what looks to be a floating candle or two, or large crystal balls of light just floating around the room. You also see a series of guards, 8 of them in total, excluding the ones who brought you here. All high elves, currently wielding what look to be some very well-made armour, adorned with the High Marshal's crest, and all wielding what looks to be a very fancy, probably not as practical, but very much appearance-based halberd. All of them standing there, placing their guard over the High Marshal if any such thing should happen. The High Marshal himself, a high elf in nature, with long silver hair, turns to you all, his cape flowing behind him. He turns to you all and he says, "Ah, I've been expecting you. It's good to see that you have arrived. So, you must be the ones I heard about, who dispatched of the fire elemental."
Oh, that would be us, I think.
Yep.
Glad to hear it. You watch as he takes a few steps away from the window, and now that there's not this blinding light currently on him, and your eyes have adjusted to the room, you can see that he's wearing plate armor, chest, pauldrons, gauntlets, greaves, and boots. You can see the long red cape behind him, reaching from his shoulders. You can see that his armor is adorned with all forms of golden script and magical gems that pulsate with a magical essence, filling the room to the spellcasters. They can feel it. It's very immense compared to anything you've felt before. You see that he carries a single glaive on his back. Large pole with this beautiful gemstone blade at the top, seemingly made from a shining white form of crystal with a very sharp and very well-made edge to it. You can see along this also that there is golden script with what looks to be some form of red script that hangs about where the blade meets the pole. You can see that he also has a spell book at his side, also made with this golden and red script in mind, flowing over it. It seems to flow in unison over his body, where one word meets the next, all moving in synchronization. Do any of you speak or know the language Elvish?
I presume I do.
You do, but does anybody else know Elvish?
I
No.
don't.
Or Sylvan? Sylvan would class as well, just because that's also Elvish writing.
I only know Common, Dwarven, and Celestial.
None of them would work.
Damn.
So, Sam, you can see that this reads the words of something similar, or you can't entirely make it out. It's kind of like ancient.
I also know Sylvan.
Okay, yeah. So this is like what you would describe as ancient Sylvan writing. It would be something that you would see from the Feywild, or where the Sylvans live, and where enchanted wood elves have come from in the past.
Hmm.
And the script looks old, it looks ancient, as if it's been passed down from generation to generation. And the script reads something along the lines of, golden is he who holds the word, blessed be the Cabal.
And just double checking, it's the High Marshal we're talking to now.
Yes.
High Marshal, what is the Cabal?
Are you asking him this directly, or are you...
Yes, I'm asking him directly. I'm not doing any of my... I'll tell you if I'm doing any of my...
Give me a
mystic
history.
bullshit.
Give me a history check just to see if you already know this and it's a rhetorical question, or if you're genuinely interested. Okay, you would not know this, so you're genuinely
I'm
interested.
genuinely interested.
So, you can read my writing. I'm impressed. You must be of noble quality too.
Aren't all the best people of noble quality? Not like these, common folk.
But common folk are needed for there to be nobility.
Well, yes.
Without common folk, no one would be noble.
To clarify, Sasha is just glaring daggers at Elsyan.
And Elsyan's loving it.
Oh, you're
right.
such a smack.
You're right there, Smashfist. You seem to be a bit perturbed. Oh, sorry, you might need me to explain the word perturbed to you.
I
Regardless.
know what it means.
Regardless. Cabal is one of the ancient elven families. We came from the Feywilds, the Sylvan Lands. The Cabal, as you may know, are a wealthy family who were destroyed during the War of the Fracture.
Yeah.
The one that took place where the dwarves of the mountain strongholds and the Slitherians and other lizard folk, along with many other races who live in the Ocean Kingdoms, allied with them, fighting the Elven Kingdom while also trying to fight the Fractured Belt. The Empire aided us, but the Cabal family fell in the conflict. I am one of the remaining.
Harlan. Weren't too successful then, were you? Sorry, did that slip out? Did I say that out loud?
Well, it did. So,
Must
do
have
you
been
know
accidental,
why
I
you are
apologise.
here?
Well, I mean, I'd imagine it's either a commendation for, killing the fire elemental, because, that might have been a tad difficult, or you've got a job for us. Or alternatively, there's something that we don't remember that we're now paying for in some way.
Well,
Well,
you're trying to... this town does have a High Templar, doesn't it?
yes it does.
Well, might be trying to investigate the incident without the High Templar knowing.
Well, it seems you have been through this more than once. I didn't quite catch your name. Oh, Elsyan?
Elsyan Aleuir. At
Pleasure
your
to meet you.
service. Well, no. No, not at anyone's service, sorry.
Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, and Bhold. I know your
Hold
names. Now, as you guessed correctly, I do have a job for you, and it will pay. It'll pay in your freedom. Currently, my spies have told me that the High Templar is pinning the prime suspects on you for. You were there when the fire elemental was raised. Someone tried to control the flame. In trying to do so, I believe you were not trying to raise a fire elemental, but in some way, the High Templar does not see it that way. They've used a clairvoyance on you, and they have seen that you were trying to influence the flame's power. With a meager thaumaturgy, I might imagine, seeing as your power and caliber could raise a fire elemental, but To defeat it, that doesn't make sense. The High Templar could... You could easily object, why would we kill something we raise? You've been pinned to a crime. Maybe you could take it as your freedom. But then why would more fire elementals be raised? Well, you left the scene. You let them rampage. They badly injured and killed many of the guards of the city. It is how it is.
We were instructed to leave.
By the guards, yes. I mean, we can't... We tried to stop the fire because, well, it was a fire. You
know
do
what?
everything you can to help. But when a guard tells you to go, you go.
I understand. But it is the High Templar who is the matter at hand. He believes you are the ones responsible. I'm willing to give you a safe pass on a favour.
This favour being?
Bring me the head of the one who caused it. And proof.
I don't suppose you've any lead at all, because it wasn't us. I know that much.
Yes, we're going to need something more to go on.
I may. Clairvoyancy spells don't go too far. They asked one of the other individuals, you may have met him, the Halfling wizard who dwells within the city. Inshell?
Oh, yes. Why did... How did other houses burn down when he was there?
He was badly injured, almost killed from that fight. After you left, shortly after, 4 more fire elementals of equal caliber arose, despite the rain. As a result, a lot of guards got injured. They were dispatched with, of course, but still, individuals were injured. As a result, this is being taken into a very serious matter. But I believe you aren't the culprits. And I have some individuals who may be able to give you some information. One of them will meet you in your place of residence currently. And the other one you'll have to find. Her name is Cassie. She runs a blacksmith in the town. You'll need to check the western side.
Well, we might as well get on with it then.
Yes, I suppose so.
What if we decline doing this favour? The High Templar merely has suspicion on his side.
Indeed. However, there is also the fact that you are missing memories.
True.
Question. What if they just got after you?
How did you know we were missing memories?
Yes,
You told the guard.
Did we?
You did
I
indeed.
don't remember that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make jokes like that. That's out of character.
Quick question. You said they had someone who would use clairvoyance on us. If they just have someone who can use Zone of Truth, could we not, just go into that and be like, this is the truth and all will be well?
Ignorance is bliss. As good as Zone of Truth is, if you are dealing with a high memory wielder, you are dealing with someone who could override such things. Isn't that correct? Looking at you, Elsyan.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Of course not.
And as soon as my father hears about this, he'll be most displeased. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. That's just a natural reaction to people insulting me.
I was not insulting. I was congratulating for mastering such difficult magics.
Oh, Matt.
I'm sorry, you think that this... Like, no offense, Elsyan, but you've not really shown much mastery of your magic.
Oh, God, Harlan, you are playing I've got 4 side points, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have to do the sigil, don't I? You know what, never mind. We're good that I have to do your hands.
I honestly, I haven't seen anything from you. either you've been holding back all this time, or I don't know what's been going on.
My magic surely merely isn't as flashy as others might be.
Ah, fair enough, but
That's probably the only thing I am reserved in. And
I was about to say, I would have thought you'd be bragging about it every which way till Sunday.
oh no, I can just melt your brain and make it pour out of your ears like jam, but I choose not to because I want to lower myself down to your level.
If we could return to the matter at hand.
Right, good point. I'm happy to go about doing this, because frankly, we might as well be doing something we don't know what the fuck we're doing here.
Yeah, I do suppose you're right, for once in your blissful life.
Excellent. Well, now that that is done, I'll have one of my individuals escort you, if you are okay with that. They will direct you to Cassie.
Very well then. Will that be immediately?
That is of your choosing. The individual who will meet you in your place of residence, back at the tavern, you will meet them eventually. Look for the shadows.
All right. Quick question. We're working for this governor fella. Do you happen to know what's happened to him?
He gives you a very sharp look. I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw. Oh. Would you?
That is a +3, no, +5 for that.
There's a nat 20 on an intimidation check.
Okay.
As you say those words, he gives you a very sharp gaze, and you notice the grip tighten on many of the guards who are currently in the room towards their weapons. I will not speak of the matter at hand. The High Chancellor is important. This is why I am asking you to deal with this matter. I will not be giving up information on him so easily to someone who currently is under the suspect of the High Templars.
Apologies. I simply meant that we don't quite know what happened, and we wanted to know if he knew anything. I'm a little bit fuzzy on details. I'm just going to go now and do exactly what you've told me to.
Exactly.
Very, very quickly.
Good. Now,
Goodbye, sir.
before you go, you'll need this. He holds out what seems to be some form of a coin. Who walks up and takes it?
I will.
Okay.
I am not approaching him on any situation ever again.
At this point, we'll assume that you're feared, so you can't actually move towards him.
I'm just going to
So,
chuckle. I'm just going to chuckling at
Queglod, you move forward. Your head comes up to about the height of the desk, and you move up, and he goes down, and he kind of leans down, and he holds out his palm, which has a coin on it with what you recognise now as his crest on it.
All right, I'll reach up and take it out of his hand and examine it quickly.
Okay. Give me a investigation check. 9. Okay. You look as you're looking through the coin, you can see that it's carved rather intricately. It has a lot of small details on it. It has script on the side of it, in a language you currently can't understand. It's not moving like his armor, but it's static. And you can see his crest along the top. You can see other small details and all that sort of thing. And as you look at it, you can see all forms of like markings and all that, which are very unique, very pristine, and very small, which indicates that this is a genuine for what he's giving you. This coin will allow you to bypass the guards, even the High Templars guards. The High Templar will have to come after you himself, but he is a lazy man. He will focus on defense before he decides to investigate this further. This will give you a week's space. With this, you'll be able to bypass the guards where necessary, so long as it involves the High Templar. They will not be able to arrest you until such time has passed, and I recommend that none of you separate from the individual who carries it. So,
Sasha's just standing in the corner looking scared.
Alright, I'll return to the others then, and stash the coin away in my coat.
okay. As you're all kind of grouping together to leave at this point, I assume, unless anybody else wants to do anything, ask any questions. No? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
As you all group together, you hear a tap 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 on the door, and in walks this very large, almost the same height as you, Bhold, Dragonborn, who seems to have a large great sword on his back. He is clad in plate mail. He has piercing blue eyes. He is a silver-coloured Dragonborn with a large tail covered in plate armor, with a large bald spike ball at the end. So, these are the ones I'm taking? Indeed. Alright. You ready? Looking down at you at the moment, Sasha. I'll take that as a yes.
Sasha is still very, very scared.
He turns away and begins to just walk out of the door at this point. He has to, like, duck down to get through the door.
Sasha follows very quickly as far away from Scary Man as possible.
Very well. Let's be heading off. Come along, Bhold.
Yep.
Okay. You following Elsyan, or you got something to say?
Elsyan has many things to say, but not right now.
Okay.
I'm following on. Just laughing at Sasha's sheer fear of everything.
Understandable. As as you all make your way out of the room, led by this rather large dragonborn individual, he leads you down the stairs of the keep, leading you out into the main courtyard and across the large road. And as you continue to make your way down, he asks, "So, what did you lot do to get yourself in the bad eye of the High Marshal?"
Well, I don't know, but I am going to do exactly as he says.
Well, looks like I don't have to give you any tips.
Sir, yes, sir. Give me a minute here.
Sasha, don't tell me you're going soft. I was just starting to enjoy the banter.
Did you see him? He has very scary eyes. I felt a bloody paper cut when he looked at me. Jesus.
It was more than a paper cut. It was an impaling piece of paper cut.
Oh god. Oh, you obviously haven't dealt with
You gotta carry me. My legs aren't
Okay, Chris,
working.
you said the High Marshal, he was elven, didn't you?
He's a high elf, yes.
He's a high elf. You obviously haven't dealt with many high elves. They've all got piercing stares.
Oh, no, I've dealt with high elves. Okay, I've seen piercing stares. That's a fucking lamb running at me with 20 horses behind it stare. It's not piercing, that's fucking impaling.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Behold,
Obviously
carry
haven't
me.
met my father.
I don't care about your father. Carry me, Behold.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Give me a strength check, Paul.
What are you, his manager or something?
Yes. You reach down and you just pick, you just grab your hand around the back of Sasha and just lift her up and put her on your shoulder aside, besides Queglod, who's on the other side currently just, like, tapping her fingers together as she's currently on the other side on the shoulder of Bhold.
You really are just pathetic, Sasha.
Don't make me fucking call down divine radiance on you. I swear to shit, I'll do it.
That's quite enough, you lot. So, where do you want to go first? Or do you have your own business to take care of?
Well, didn't he say we were going to meet someone at the tavern? Let's meet someone at the tavern.
I don't
At
know.
some point, yes.
I wasn't there.
At some point, I
He said that they would be finding us, however.
Yes.
Should go and look for this blacksmith.
Right, that's
Cassie,
it.
he said. I presume her name was.
You're looking for Cassie.
That's what the High Marshal said.
Good luck to you. Alright, follow me. And he begins to make his way down the down one of the streets, just mindlessly walking down that way. So, as you walk down the main streets, row after row of buildings are beside you. It's very busy at this time of day. You see the marketplace is fully opened up and it's in full flow. You see all sorts of individuals currently passing coin. You see all sorts of individuals selling all manner of things: trinkets, weapons, armor, food, relics, and other bits and pieces that they've found on journeys, and other things that you might otherwise not want, because you've got string and other supplies that you might want for different arts and crafts. And as you're making your way through, a lot of the people are parting way for your current guide, who's just walking through mindlessly, walking through the center of the market. And a lot of people are like muttering and speaking to each other, and some of them are giving a few stares at you. Elsyan, you see across the way, you see a hooded figure currently standing in a side alley. You can't see their face, but the individual turns and leaves down the side alley as you continue on.
I have a vague feeling, my friends, I suppose I could call you, that we're being watched.
You saying this out loud to everybody?
I'm saying this out loud, yes.
At this point, your Dragonborn guide just stops, turns to you slightly, and says, "Not so loud." And starts
Why not?
walking forward. You guys continue to follow?
Yeah, I'll keep following. I'm going... Well, I guess Bhold keeps following.
Yes.
Since I'm
I guess we shouldn't talk about it so loud, because if they know that we know that they know that we know, then we know that they know that we know that they know, then they'd know that we know that they know that we know, and then
I'm
we keep talking about
confused.
that.
I think we just...
Too much math.
If you're quite finished, Sasha, I'm going to...
Look, I've had a very roller coastery few days, honestly.
Right, I'm going to use a telepathic command to send my raven flying around above us somewhere in the air.
Okay.
So not too far, just looking down.
Yeah.
On us from above.
You make this command, and Felipe, who was currently sat on your staff, which you had propped into Behold's backpack, Felipe hops off of it onto your shoulder before taking off into the sky, flying high above the buildings.
Okay. Well, as long as as long as Felipe is within about 100 feet, I can see through his eyes.
Okay. So you're having Felipe stay within 100 feet and just...
Yeah, and then
Staying
just
around.
looking down at the street, like from a bird's eye view, to see people like ducking in and out of side alleys.
Yeah. So you, Felipe is currently sat on one of the roofs, and he's currently looking down upon the street. You see, as you're looking through his eyes, you can see people passing by, doing the regular thing. You see a street urchin grab something and duck into a side alley before he bumps into a hooded figure who grabs him by the shoulder and just throws him aside to the side of the side alley before peering out, seemingly at the rest of the party, which you can now see. He's looking through past some of the tents before ducking back in and making his way towards the back of the alleyway. Would you like to do anything with Felipe, or...?
Still staying within range, I'm going to have him follow that person around.
Okay.
For as far as he can.
Give me a stealth check. Do you know what the stats of Felipe is?
It's just the normal Raven stats, which are in the player handbook. Let me
Yeah, they should be at the player handbook at the back,
yeah,
I
right at the
believe.
very bottom, I think.
That, or they're in the monster manual. And if they're in the monster manual, I can get that.
They are in the, they're one of all the low level ones are in the player handbook as well. Let me just
Yes, I'm currently making my way
Raven,
to it.
Raven.
Raven has a +2 in dexterity, and I'm going to say for the purposes of this, you have proficiency in stealth with the Raven.
Cool.
He'll have proficiency in perception and stealth, just because he's a little bit of a buffed Raven.
Yeah.
So, give me a roll.
Not very smart, Raven, though.
He's got an intelligence of 2. Doesn't matter though,
fine,
he
I
has
can
Simon's
tell it.
intelligence. Okay.
Oh god.
As Felipe just flies over going, "Caw! Caw! Caw!" and just like flying through the air, and everybody's just all those who aren't currently busy with bits are all looking up at this crow who's currently flying along. The the shadowed figure, or the hooded figure, waits in the alleyway, seeing the bird, and immediately dashes off down one of the other alleyways that leads away from the party. And you're starting to lose sight of him.
Alright, I'm gonna have, Felipe abandon that guy then, and just go back to keeping watch over generally then.
Okay. Felipe lands back on the roof on the other side and continues to keep watch. You continue to move forward, making your way down towards to what seems to be another end of town. You see the crowds begin to thin here. Oh, excuse me. Alright, there we go. And as you make your way further down into the streets, the crowd begins to thin, and you can smell some form of like soot. The air becomes a little bit more muddled with the smell of metals and that sort of thing. And you see on either sides, going down, continuing downwards, that you've moved into some form of a blacksmith portion of the town. And you're continuing to move forward, moving through this area. You see blacksmiths and working at forges on the outside of their shops, some on the insides. You see trolls and dwarves in particular moving to and from their shops. A few humans as well. And you can see people carrying large boxes of what looks like metal ore or ingots. And they're just carrying them in and out of the shops. You see a few individuals, probably more wealthy individuals and adventurers, seem to be travelling into these shops, picking up in individual pieces and buying them. And as you continue moving forward, the crowd thins and thins, and it gets to maybe half a dozen people at this point, moving through the streets rather than the 20s to hundreds that are currently moving around. And you make your way to what looks to be a rather old blacksmith house. It's rather run down. There's a large hole in one part of the roof. There seems to be a almost collapsing chimney, and you can see that some of the slates have come off. It's kind of exposed, but there's this but out the front there seems to be like a fairly newly made thatch kind of roof area or porch, which seems to have a makeshift chimney and a forge lit, and there seems to be an anvil there. And as you look in through all these bits and all these things, you can see suits of armor and other bits and pieces placed along the walls, along with other weapons and that sort of thing, kind of put on show. And you continue forward, and you find yourself following into this location in particular, and you see a rather old, hunched-over man, long, thin fingers, currently standing there, currently polishing a sword of some kind, currently sat on a stool near the forge. This'll be your stop. I'll wait here. I'll let you deal with whatever you want to talk about.
Very well. Thank you for your help.
No problem.
Okay, can we walk away? Sasha's gonna like bring everyone a little bit away from the Dragonborn.
Guys, I can't help but realize that. Do we actually know what the hell we're asking about?
No.
It's about who caused the
Fire
Oh,
elementals. Yeah, but how exactly do you like start that in a conversation?
Well,
Like, I'm a little
Hopefully.
out of touch, but I can't think of a polite way to start that out.
I don't think there is.
Our contact will have been informed ahead of time that we'd be coming. If not,
Fair enough.
Well, we'll just have to be rude then.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm going to get down off of Behold's shoulder, and I'm going to set
We'll
Felipe
have
to kind of
to
wait.
put
Yeah, I'm going to set Felipe to just kind of wait right outside, just like standing guard, if anyone tries to come near the place.
Felipe swoops down, lands on a part of the what looks to be a part of a old wall that used to be in place here, and just sits on the gate, head swiveling around, kind of like a security camera, just watching the area. The occasional "Caw!" coming in from Felipe.
Okay. Will you all be joining me then? Or are you going to make an old lady do all of the business alone?
Oh, I'm coming with you, but I kind of can't climb down from Behold. He's very high up.
Okay, I put you down.
Yay! Thank
Put him
you.
down.
Behold, you're my favorite.
Oh,
Right now, onwards, Queglod.
Okay. The old lady is going to lead the way then.
Okay. Elsyan, are you following, or are you?
I'm going to be
Doing
following,
anything.
but I'm going to be standing slightly further back, more wanting to observe.
Okay. As you'll make your way forward, Sasha, you begin to regret saying you'll follow Queglod because she's rather slow, trotting, kind of trotting along with her little legs, moving fairly quickly for an old lady, using her staff as a walking stick. The clank of metal on stone as she makes her way forward. And you make your way forward, and you've made your way at this point to the thatched porch, and the old man has noticed you, and he goes, "Ah! What do you want?"
We've been sent here to seek someone.
Yeah? Wahoo!
Jesse was their name.
Wahoo!
What?
Answer me! Wahoo!
Oh, by who? All right.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
It was the very scary man.
I didn't send you.
We're here on official business of the Grand Marshal.
Eh?
High Marshal.
High Marshal.
High Marshal. Oh. Sasha, you got visitors. Alright, I'm coming, you old fool. You hear a loud smash and a hammer just flies through the window. Just flies out the window and nearly hits him in the head. He's like, "Oh, you nearly hit me. I know, Granddad, shut up." And just walks out. You see this rather... probably about 5'5", female human, short brunette hair, spiked and covered in beads of sweat, currently brandishing a large hammer that you'd use for forging. She wears a thick brown leather apron over the front with a soot-covered t-shirt and breeches. So
Okay.
you're visitors, are you?
Just one moment. I'm going to turn to Queglod and very subtly whisper, "Okay, I am not going to be able to be mean to her at all."
Well, I haven't got all day.
Right, yes, we're here for the High Marshal sent us to talk to you.
You got proof.
I'll show her the coin that he gave us.
Give it here.
Right,
She walks over and puts her hand out.
Yeah.
She takes the coin, looks at it, places it on the end of her finger, and then flicks it into the air and catches it again. It's genuine. Well, he sent you rather than any rather than any one of his goonies. I'll imagine that you're rather important, or not. Depends on who you are. What do you want?
No doubt you heard about the attack just last night.
I saw the explosions.
We were sent here because the High Marshal believed you may have some information as to who was responsible.
What kind of information would you be looking for?
He wasn't very specific.
That's
He
just
said
like
you
him,
might
isn't
be
it?
helpful.
What do you know about it, then? Explain it to me. All of it.
Only
In
that
vivid detail. I haven't got all day.
all we know is that when we arrived in the town yesterday, parts of it were on fire. Any attempt to extinguish the fire were thwarted by the presence of a fire elemental, who we were fortunately able to defeat, only for multiple others to arise.
I see. So, anything you can explain about the fire? About the building that's been destroyed? The fire elementals themselves? Anything? Any notable details?
I'm quite short on the details. We were rather...
Give me a
thrust
check
into
if you
the
would like.
situation. Yeah,
Anybody with an intelligence higher than 10 can give me a check.
Oh, fuck you.
That's a bit... Well, I'm at a 9. Can I give it a word?
No.
Oh god. Oh god.
Simon, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 9 as well, actually.
Mine's
Oh.
18. Am I the only one with an intelligence higher than 10?
Simon's the... I'll let you do it, seeing as you're being asked the questions.
Sure.
17. Okay. You remember all sorts of details about it. After you try to put water on it, the fire seems to move away, similar to that of a fire elemental. But what you didn't anticipate was the fact that magic had no effect. Magic had no effect on it. You assumed that was because it was a fire elemental, but it still should have made some effect. There was very little effect, and it kind of felt influenced or forced, like there was a power source that was greater than the wood itself. The building that you were standing before was the High Chancellor's. That's also a detail that you know.
Ah.
So,
Yes, it seemed to be that there were powerful magics ensuring that the fire would keep burning, even beyond its protection by the elemental. As if something were forcing it into existence.
I see.
Some sort of magical interference, I'd assume.
Exactly.
I see. Anything else I need to know?
Well, we're not sure yet, but it can't have been a coincidence that the first fire broke out at the High Chancellor's building.
The High Chancellor's? Oh, that is a vendetta. Alright. Follow me. And she just walks into the building at this point.
Sasha's going to
Okay.
mutter under their breath.
I would follow you to the ends of the earth.
Can I roll?
Give- Okay, give me a stealth check.
No, because oh, just
What's
over
your
my passive
stealth?
perception.
Okay.
Just over my passive perception. That.
What's your stealth value?
I'd like to not answer that.
What is it?
Oh,
If
it's
it's
a minus.
-1!
Sam, your passive perception is 16, isn't it?
My passive perception is 14.
Okay, so you still hear this because it's on par with it.
Oh, that was
Harlan, I'd also
beautiful.
like you to now make me a dexterity saving throw. There is a hammer flying towards your head at this point in time. And you do not have time to comprehend what's going to take place.
Oh, please
Oh,
get-
this,
oh,
I'm going to say,
Oh.
this makes up for all of the ones I rolled last time, because that's a nat 20 on damage. So Harlan, as you're standing there, you whisper this and you kind of look down towards Queglod while saying this. You look back up and a hammer hits you square in the face. And what you can just about see past the hammer before you close your eyes is a furious face of this female human or Cassie standing there in a pose of she's just thrown the hammer at you. Her face is bright red and she is seething with anger. Say that again! I dare you! And she just walks over. At this point, you've fallen backwards onto your butt, and you're like clutching your face. And she picks up the hammer, and she stands on your shoulder. By the way, you've taken 6 points of bludgeoning damage from that.
Okay. Like, you don't even... This is fucking hilarious to me.
And
Come on.
Question, was that
So-
an actual request or was that a facetious statement?
you want to say that again to me, dwarf?
Well, no, it was actually very difficult to say and I'm in quite a lot of pain.
She stands up and walks away. At this point, just walking back into the shop. You, halfling, you're allowed in. Everybody else, stay out there. And she walks into her work, and she walks into the building and just slams the door behind her. You feel dust from the porch above you just trickle down on top of you.
Right? I'm not getting killed by any dragons.
Right. So
I
we'll
know how
just
I'm
wait up
dying
here.
now.
Okay, well,
I'll
smash fist.
yes. Behold, keep these two under control, please.
Me not under control? Never.
At this point, you just see the old man going, I tried that once. Lost an arm. It grew back though.
So what race is that guy?
He's human.
He's human.
And he's blatantly lying when he says that.
Okay, I'm just gonna look incredibly confused. And don't turn to a roll. Elsyan's just gonna look at him just with a very confused face, trying to figure out how that would work.
Sir, that is your granddaughter, yes?
And now Elsyan's looking really confused.
Well,
Such
she's not
a-
She's not exactly my granddaughter. He just calls me granddad.
All right, so okay.
Why?
Tell me everything.
Because I'm
about her.
old, you blithering fool. You elves don't need to worry about being old. We humans do.
Yeah. How old, in air quotes, are you then?
Good question. 1, 2,
Whatever it is, I know what my answer is.
9,000.
4, 5. At this point, you've lost count. Behold, he's got to 5, and you're just way over your head. I think
Isn't Apple next?
close enough. Yeah, I'm Apple.
Apple.
Apple years old, okay.
Right, I've got to try and... Is there any way I can try to decipher what apple means? I'm going to use my wisdom.
Insight. Yeah, this will be an insight check.
Oh, it has to be insight. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you're
What's the...
you should have a bonus to insight because you're
I've got
trained
plus
in
one.
it.
Yes, I'm 13. That's 13.
13. You can tell he's from roughly the ages of 70 to 80.
Hmm.
He looks fairly old.
That does... Fair. Yeah. Huh. My little brother's about your age, actually. Yes, I'm suddenly making it that I have a little brother about that old. Shut up.
Little brother. Alright, you elves. I hate him. Queglod, at this point you've headed in. You've headed into the
Yeah.
building. And Cassie's currently standing there brandishing her hammer. Or brandishing her hammer, which currently has a little bit of blood on it. And Sasha has just like a broken nose and it's just bleeding at this point. And you've walked in, she's like, so, you want details on what exactly? The cause of the fire? So I can help, but I don't know the details.
Well, whatever help you can give us would be most useful.
Well, not sure whether you'd know what it is, but someone came through not too long ago buying a large amount of black powder.
I see.
Give me a history check to see if you know what black
Yeah.
powder is.
Yeah, given that... I don't know. That seems like something Queglod might have encountered.
Black powder, as you know, is sometimes used as an alchemical agent for what you've done in your research. But you also know that it has intense explosive properties when mixed with certain other elements
Ah.
that you would mix from other rocks and that sort of thing. And black powder is commonly referred to as is also known as a dwarven explosive. You being fairly near to the mountain strongholds would know that dwarves tend to use this in their mechanisms to cause a controlled explosion to power their machine startup process.
I see. If someone's been stockpiling black powder, you think they were the one responsible?
If we're talking about a spontaneous fire, I would think so. You'll find it in the location, though. There'll be residue all over the walls. Fire residue, that sort of thing. If any of you are honed in using the magic or arcane arts, you should be able to decipher them.
I see. Yes, that would be helpful.
Other than that, you said this was the High Chancellor's house, correct?
Yes, is there anyone nearby who would have cause to want to attack him?
Plenty. You obviously haven't been near the Empire recently. There's a group known as the Black Spiral. They've been taking care of individuals like him, killing higher-ups in the hierarchy of each city. They're a group of mercenaries led by the Alliance. No one knows where they truly reside, but I've heard that they have a web all the way over the Empire and can strike in unison if necessary.
Well, obviously something like that sounds a little far-fetched.
You think? He said there were fire elementals involved. That means powerful magic. Mages that strong haven't come through this town in years.
It is true. I'll look into this black spiral then.
Well, if you need any more information, you can come back here. And if you want armor, you can do so as well. However, my prices are high, but the quality is good. And be very well aware that if you're working for the High Marshal Cabal, he's got some tricks up his sleeve, whether he's told you them or not.
We'll be most careful then.
I would.
If you're warning.
You're
Well.
welcome. Now, if you could get that fiend out of my face, that would be more than welcome.
Yes,
Otherwise,
very well.
otherwise I might apply another hammer to the wretched face of that individual.
Yes, very well. Thank you for your time then.
No problem. Now get
I'm
out.
gonna walk out. I'm gonna walk out pretty quickly.
You just shuffle out, top speed.
Yeah.
You open the door and head through. You see outside Sasha's currently there, applying some form of like medical herb to her face to try and stem the blood flow and soothe the pain. Is anybody else doing anything while they're out here? Before.
Wait, but I'm not doing anything. What?
You doing anything on Elsyan or Bhold?
Sorry, I was muted. Elsyan's just sort of just still just trying to figure out this human who's grown limbs back. Seems to have a thing for someone who calls him grandpa. Not used to this. Because he's sort of got the weird stereotype in his head that all peasants are incestuous beasts. That's what I'm getting at here. He... just
Okay.
fucking commoners.
Okay. Behold, you doing anything while this is all taking place?
No, I'm just sitting down.
You've sat down, and the old man looks over and says, "She did you pretty good, eh?"
Yeah? Wait, what do you mean?
She beat up your friend. Well, to be honest, I could probably do the same.
It was worth it.
I'm sure it was, but you're not in her
She
good books.
She stepped on me. How do I get in her good books?
You don't.
Okay, there's gotta be something.
You don't.
Does she like anything?
People who aren't in her bad books.
What if I get her one of those?
I don't know. Never been done before.
Right. Well, let her know I apologize. I simply meant that okay, they're now coming back from this. Apologies for any offense taken.
Understood.
I'm...
Cassie! He calls you a bitch! At this point,
What?
you see
No,
another
no,
hammer
no,
flying out the
no.
window at this point at top speed.
No, I didn't. That was a lie. I didn't.
What's your AC?
Can I catch it?
18.
No, let this...
18?
I'm just going to roll for how hard Elsyan is laughing.
Okay. Okay.
Not that hard.
It's a chuckle.
It's a
It's a sensible chuckle.
It's a light titter.
Okay.
Oh, I not like that.
Okay, so... so this is
Beeps
so this is an
about
18,
it,
so that does
it.
meet your AC. 14 plus 4.
Can I
But-
catch it? Be what
You
happened?
can do a dexterity check. Infernal will also allow you to do the same, but you're going to do it with disadvantage because you're sat down currently.
Oh no!
I assume I'm not allowed anymore.
No, you can still, but I'll just change events. You got disadvantage, so roll and take the lower of the two.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You see this hammer flying out the window. You go to catch it, and you catch it, but then you spin around and smash it into Sasha's face again. Sasha, I'd like you to take.
Alright. Can we have an attack roll on that?
No, I'm just doing this as a
Damn it.
continued attack roll.
Worth a try, worth a try.
That is a total of 4 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage. Are you unconscious from that, or are you still up?
Not yet.
Okay. And you just...
You're lucky it wasn't an attack because that was gonna do a lot more than 4.
Yeah. well,
Yeah.
So you just swung around with the momentum, slamming it into his head. And at this point, Queglod, you walk out the door and you see Bhold, who's currently standing over Harlan with this, or Sasha with this hammer just stuck in Sasha's face again.
Ow! I did. The old man is a liar. And I'm sorry.
You better give that back!
Of course. Give the nice lady her hammer back, please.
He says no!
But I didn't!
I'm gonna kill you, old man. Let's see if your arm grows back another time.
Oh, don't worry, it will.
Let's prove that then. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna heal myself.
Okay.
Because I can just do that.
Do you want to use a hit die, or do you want to use a proper healing spell?
Oh no, I'm using one of my spells.
Okay, what are you using?
Cure wounds.
Is it a cantrip, or is it first level?
It's the first level.
Okay. What is the hit die? Because that just automatically applies.
1d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 3
Plus the
3.
level. Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
should
it's
be
2 plus your level, isn't it? Yeah.
2 plus my level, yeah.
Yeah. So give me a
I've
D8
already
roll.
got 6.
So it's 6 plus 3, 9. So that covers all but 1 point of damage.
Yeah, but well, it covers the entire.
No, because you took
Yeah,
6 and 4. So that
Oh,
would
yes,
be
I did.
9, so that would be 1 point of damage you took.
Oh,
So, Queglod, you've just seen all this transpire, and the old man's currently sat there giggling to himself. And you see Elsyan is also trying to hide it, but chuckling to himself, watching this all transpire. And Behold just stood back up at ready for your word.
Behold, be a dear and throw Cassie her hammer back.
oh shit!
Do I need to roll for that?
Make an attack roll, yeah.
Oh, sweet fucking Jesus! No, Behold, don't!
Yes! 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 Oh my god!
You
Behold
take
knocks down the house.
you pick up the hammer. You pick up like this small work hammer. It's a lot lighter than you're used to, so you're like, okay, regular strength, and you just throw it, and it just high speeds through the door, making another hole in the door. It just flies in. You hear a bunch of as things just ricochet off and bounce around in the workshop, where things are lying around. Thank you.
Yeah,
No
worries.
problem.
Perhaps
Oh,
we should
yes.
be leaving.
Oh,
I believe we have what we came for.
Bye. I love you. Run.
Are you saying this? You saying this stealthy again? She's going to do it with disadvantage because she's inside the house, but
Yep.
a stealth check. What do you get?
It's a 12. It's a 12.
It's a 12. She does hear it
quickly.
with a disadvantage. You
Oh,
got
I
a
guess it
13
would be-
plus 2.
That's why I said run. I'm running. I'm running.
You're currently running and you hear rummaging for what you can only assume is the hammer. So you're just running it. You're bolting at this point.
Yep.
Is,
Yep.
is anybody else? Is anybody else following at this point?
Behold, follow me.
I'll follow, but not really.
Okay.
Just walking.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna be I'll be walking next to Queglod, just to
Queglod, yeah.
Queglod.
Yeah, so Sasha, you're currently just bolting away at double your speed, using dash actions, just running away. Behold just thum, thum, thum catches up to you as you're currently running away, just striding with each step closer and closer. And Elsyan and Queglod, you're just currently moving at the back of the pack there. The Dragonborn knight just turns to you and goes, "Really?"
Look, I've been hit enough in the face today.
He's not talking to you, he's talking to Elsyan and Queglod, because you've sprinted off, you're down the street already.
Yes, really. I will not be brought down to running like a peasant.
That's not what I meant.
What's the character, this blacksmith?
You're all the people who have been hired by Aleuir?
Can I roll to see if I hear this? I
No.
don't, but I can roll to see if I do.
You can't.
More
You can
by
roll, but you have to give me a
circumstance
disadvantage
than-
roll, I'll say. So I'll spawn a second one for you to roll.
That was
11 and a
Four.
4.
You hear nothing.
A 4 that is plus with 3.
Still no.
Still no.
No, because you're currently running away, wind is rushing past your ears, you don't hear a thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Am I far away enough that I feel safe from hammers?
Yeah, we'll say that at this point you're about 100 feet.
Yeah.
100 feet down the street.
I'll just have a bit of a short rest and look back to make sure she isn't following me.
You
Wow.
look back at the house, you see the old man laughing, but you don't see Cassie anywhere.
Oh, I'm happy, Dwarven.
I'm just gonna be like reminiscing about
When he threw a hammer at me, it was like being stomped on by an angel.
Behold, you're currently there as well, just currently standing next to him.
But behold, next time you catch a hammer, catch the hammer and don't throw it back at anyone, please.
Okay, I try.
Okay, thank you, Behold.
That would be 5 gold.
Behold, don't push your luck.
Okay. I slam you again.
Are you making an attack roll, or are you just saying?
No,
you're
no.
You're just saying you're going to do it.
I'm just saying it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later, okay?
Okay. I'd like each of you to give me a perception check. You two,
that
Sam.
is a 16 on my part.
On your part, okay.
Is-
Just make the rolls of the individuals.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah,
Sam?
9.
Perception check, so that's 21.
That would make it 21.
Yep.
Yes. No, wait. Sorry. 19. Sorry.
Oh, 19. Okay.
Yeah.
As as you've moved ahead, Queglod and Elsyan and your Dragonborn guide are currently just shockingly behind. They're about 50 foot away from you. And it's at this point that you turn after you hear a small muttering from nearby. And you just see this cloaked figure standing in the way, currently looking at you. And you can see what looks to be like a draped down mask with 2 slit eye parts to the front of the hood. And you can see behind them deep yellow eyes currently looking at you. You can see this individual. And Sam, you see another one on the other side, which the other guys haven't noticed yet. On the other side, doing the same thing. Just going to roll for our Dragonborn friend, see if he notices. Nope. He has no idea they're there.
Right. Can we tell if they know that we've seen them?
Well, at this point, you haven't seen either of them. What was your roll, Simon? Your total?
Mine was a 9. It was a total.
No, you don't know. At this point, Elsyan's the only one who's noticed both. You're currently having a chat or something with the Dragonborn, or admiring the coin, or doing something. And the other two have noticed one of them who's popped out of the alleyway. Sam, you've also noticed that the street is barren around where they're currently standing. There's no one around.
Huh.
It's as if everybody's left.
And it's just these guys.
It's just them two standing there with the other two flanking them on either side from the alleyways. Would anybody like to do anything? Don't know.
Which one do I see?
You see the one that I'm going to say is on the lower part of the... So if I
Right.
give it a quick draw here. If we assume that this is the alley, this is the roadway, let me just... guys up the way real quick. And this is the alleyway that you currently have access to.
Mm-hmm.
There are currently 2 ways in and out, similar to that. And you would be somewhere about here with Infernal, and you've currently seen an individual here. And the other 2 are... The other 2 are around about here. With your Dragonborn friend, who I don't have a title for. Let's use... Valiant, why not? It's close enough. There you go. Just going to use Dragonborn friend, who's
And
currently walking back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so the one I can see, does he look in like he's going to attack or what?
Make an insight check.
Yep.
Yeah. You can see that this individual has brandished a blade and is currently holding it ready to attack, but seems to be casting a spell at you.
He's got a blade. I cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, so you're going to initiate an attack.
Yep.
Okay, roll initiative, everybody.
That is a 0. I have rolled a 0.
All right, so let me just roll for these
Which
guys.
makes no sense whatsoever.
13, Chris. 13.
Mine is 18.
Okay, let me get up the encounter stuff that I need. So, 25 to 20. No one. Okay. Let me just roll for our little Dragonborn friend. Nope, he's at the back. Okay. 20 to 15.
I am 18.
I am 15.
18, so Simon, then Sam, 15 to 10. And 10 to 5.
7.
Then we have our Dragonborn friend, and then we have Harlan. Okay.
0.
On a 0. So, you say this and you begin to cast Sacred Flame. But as you do so, your spell is cancelled, and the assassins begin to attack. So, we're going to take a quick break here. Take a quick 5-minute break before combat starts here, and when we get back we will be fighting whoever this ends up being. So, don't go anywhere. There we go. They can hear us again. So, combat has begun. Let me just put on some... So, this is the current situation for all of you. You are now seeing, as you look down the corridor, you can see that there are individuals popping out behind the individual, seemingly from the floor itself, pulling themselves up and pulling himself up and joining the individual. The individual who now you get a closer look at, you can see that there are pointed tips to the ends of their hood, and as they pull the hood up a bit, you can see the individual has a rat-like physique. These are creatures that you may or may not have encountered in the past.
Oh my god, it's the furries!
And we are beginning with their turn. So,
Hey.
this Morbin here is going to make an attack roll against you, Harlan.
Lovely.
That is a 17.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that doesn't hit. He pulls out his short bow and he releases a arrow and it just whizzes past. This one is going to go 1, 2... Wait. 6, 7. Yeah. And he is going to try and double attack you with his daggers. So the first hit is a 18.
That is dead on.
Okay, that hits. And then the second one is that's a 20 something. So don't worry.
Well, then they both hit, don't
Okay,
they?
so the first one does 5 points of damage. The second one does 1 point of damage. So 6 points of damage total on that on those hits. And then this one over here is going to take is going to move around over here, and he is going to take a shot at the Goliath. Goliath, does a 13 hit you?
13 does not hit me.
Okay, so this arrow, you just, as you see this other individual run up and stab Sasha in the back, cutting through the gaps in her armor, and just with the sharp daggers. What?
There.
I don't care at this point.
Oh,
You made a complicated character, which means I have to word things weirdly. You're gonna have to deal with it. I'll mix it up every now and then.
yeah, fair enough.
Stabbing the daggers into the back of Sasha, one dagger then the next. You turn around to meet it, and an arrow flies towards you, catching you in the shoulder. You grit your teeth and you just snap the arrow off, staring down at the rat-like figure who's currently wielding a short bow over here. At this point, you've noticed that there is another one holding back with what looks like a gnarled wooden staff with a skull on the top of it, with a few pieces of like thread and beads hanging down off of it. So, next in my round of combat is Simon.
Mm-hmm.
You are currently, I think it's 50 to 60 feet away from the players. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you are 13 feet away from this one. Well, not 13 feet, 13 times 5, which is 65 feet away from that one.
Yeah.
And your line of sight is currently, I'm going to, it would be 3/4 cover to hit this one, because you'd be firing through Infernal. Unless you move, which your move speed is 20, if I remember.
Yeah, so I should be able to get here.
Loud. It's a bit loud.
Mm. Right, so immediately I'm going to have Felipe fly onto my staff.
Okay. So Felipe is currently just sat on the top of your staff. Like I say, that's just going to use his movement.
Yeah. You can fly up to 50 feet, so that's not I assumed he'd probably be within range.
Yeah, he's within range. I assumed that he was just like hopping around or flying behind you.
I assumed we hadn't
behind you.
gone too far away from him.
No.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna move here. That's 20 feet from where I was.
Yep.
Those places. Eldritch Blast has stupid range, so I can hit basically anyone. as long as
This
I'm
one
on
I'm
the
going to
side.
say would have half cover due to your current line of sight of it. So its AC would be increased by 2, whereas
Yeah,
this one
he's
you
fine.
have complete vision on. Currently the street is just barren, it's just like a broad street where usually you'd have things like tents and things set up for traders market, but it seems to just be non-existent at the moment.
Okay, assuming Behold can take care of that one without difficulty, I'm gonna fire an Eldritch Blast there at that guy.
Okay. Is it a DC save or an attack?
It is an attack.
Okay. If you'd like to make me your attack, please. I'll just move ice over a bit.
Yeah.
Just for a while.
And that's a +5, so 17 total.
17 hits. What's the
Nice.
damage?
10 force damage.
1d10 force damage. And don't forget to add your... Wait, do spells have an attack modifier added onto them?
I don't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Uh,
I thought that was...
Because I have spell damage modifiers on my stuff, and
the spell does the damage it says it does.
alright, fair enough.
The only exception to this is the evocation for the wizards. So, no.
Okay.
And certain cleric domains as well. But otherwise, no. There's an invocation that allows a warlock to add their spellcasting modifier to the damage dealt by Eldritch Blast.
It's just
Yeah, I
my
don't have
healing
that one.
stuff.
You
It's
don't
just
have
my
that,
healing
okay.
stuff
Yeah.
that gets my gets upgraded.
So yeah, you're just rolling 1d10
Yeah,
damage.
it's just a 1d10.
Yep, so if you want to give me the roll. 2 damage. Okay, and which one? That was that one, right?
That was that one.
Okay. Okie doke. And that's the end of your turn. Moving on, we are now on Sam's turn.
Excellent. Man, I'm just far away from everything, aren't I? I just sat all the way back here, because of course I am.
Yeah, but you're not a slow old lady.
True. And what is the range of my abilities again? Actually, wait.
Quite high, something like 120 feet, so you can hit most of them if it is.
Yeah.
And they must be within line of sight, so they don't benefit from cover, I don't think, with your abilities.
Right then, and I have just a natural 50... Oh, I've got 30 feet speed.
Do you want me to
How
help
many
you with
squares are-
reminders and stuff? That sort of thing?
Just how many... No.
That's
how many...
6.
6. I can use
Each
6.
square is 5 feet.
Yes, gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, no, I'll make it there. Right. Uh, 60 feet, that's loads. Right, on this little motherfucker here, let's use... I use 2 side points for Hammer of Inquisition.
Okay. What am I doing and what are you doing?
Right, I need to roll to attack, don't I?
Does it say that it's an attack roll?
Well,
Does it say a DC save?
we've had this discussion before, but it's a... On a fail to... Yes.
On a failed save, so I roll.
Yes, but you need to roll to see if you failed or not.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing now. So what do I have to be, and what kind of save am I making?
It's intelligence.
It's an intelligence save, and this is against your DC spell saving. Your spellcasting DC save, which should be at the top of your spell page.
This is a 14 you've got to beat.
14! Nope. That is a 3.
Right then, and because I'm using 2 side points for this, I get 2d10, please.
Look. There you go.
Melt your brain.
Give me a roll with these 2d10.
And just so you guys know, it will suffer a disadvantage against wisdom saving throws.
And it flies as well.
That's 6 damage. That's
That's pretty good for first level stuff. Infernal just gets to roll high because he gets a d12.
Yeah, true.
6, and he has disadvantage on
And
what?
+4.
Wisdom.
He
Saving
on wisdom
throws.
on its next wisdom saving throw
Okie doke.
before the end of my next turn.
Okay, cool. Righty ho. And that will conclude your turn, which means it is now the caster's turns.
Oh, Chris, I'd also like to make a point that for the majority of these, they will still take damage anyway. Just it's half damage.
What do you mean?
If they succeed,
Yeah.
it means that they just take less damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Reminds me, I need to now. I've only got 2 side points left.
This caster over here is going to throw a spell at you, Infernal, seeing as you completely negated an arrow. That is a 8. I assume that doesn't hit.
Nope.
Nope. You see him conjure the symbol in the air, and he pushes forward, and you see this firebolt just fly towards you and just whiz past, hitting the wall over here, causing a small portion of it to collapse. And the other one over here is going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. And he is now going to use another spell on you too. I would like each of you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. Wrong button, Infernal. You just press R. not tab.
No, I tried to alt tab.
I'm good.
Yep, you're fine. And Infernal?
Can I get some hit points back for that?
What's your Constitution save?
5.
But 5 plus what?
Well, it's 10 total right now.
It's 10 total, okay. So, as this is all happening, the fireball whizzes past and you're currently looking the other way, you don't notice this. While Sasha notices this all happening, she covers her mouth as this spray of poison is just released from the hands of the caster. You take 2 points of poison damage.
Me?
Yep, you do.
Okay.
And 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, like that. For the rest of its turn. This one's going to remain in the alleyway. That leads on to Infernal. This is now your turn.
Okay. I'm going to rage.
Gonna rage. Okie doke. So that's your bonus action.
And then I'm gonna go here and slam this kid.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. What's the attack modifier?
11.
11. That hits.
Okay.
And now
D12.
D12 damage plus your strength modifier.
Yep.
4 plus
8.
That's 8 total. Okay.
Or +2 for rage. So it's 10.
Plus 2 to rage, so that's 10. Okay. You, after seeing this after breathing in or being affected by this poison spray on your back, sizzling in, and Harlan covering himself, making sure that it doesn't hit any of his body, you turn around, and with the burning of the acid or the poison affecting the outside of your body, you turn around and your eyes just glow red as you charge towards this individual. Axe raised high, you swing it down, and the caster kind of squeaks and then moves and tries to move to the side as you cut through part of his robe, leaving a giant gash across from his shoulder and chest as your axe hits the ground, and you just stared down at this individual now, leaning over to get a head height with it.
Die.
It is now the Dragonborn Warrior's turn. He's going to go one. He's going to pull out his greatsword and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then use his dash to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all he can do this turn, unfortunately.
Fucking useless.
Now,
Then it moves on to Harlan. It's your turn.
right. I'm just gonna like, I'm just gonna look at this guy that hit me, and I'm just going to like point my palm at him, and what's it called? Scorching blaze or scorching
Okay.
flame.
Okay. This will give you
Second
disadvantage because you're casting a spell at point blank range.
Can I retcon that then?
Yeah, you can. I'm just letting you
Okay.
know, and once we get to a
Right.
certain point, I'm going to not remind you.
So we're
We're up in a melee, are we? Just spin around with my warhammer and just smack him.
Okay, give me a roll. Oh wait, how is your AC 18? Because you're wielding your warhammer. One-handed or two-handed at this point?
I start off with the shield. I'm using my minor action to pull out my warhammer.
Okay, cool. Just making sure, because I can't remember what we discussed.
Yeah, I'm always wielding my shield. The warhammer is my secondary.
Okay, cool. That is a nat 20. So that hits, and you double the dice.
Oh wait, that was not an attack roll. I shouldn't have had an attack roll there.
Why not? You're hitting
that
with the warhammer.
Oh, I know. You're right. Yes, you're right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd forgotten that. Thank you.
What's the damage?
It's a 1d8 bludgeoning.
1d8 bludgeoning, so that'd be 2d8 bludgeoning plus your strength modifier. Your strength modifier doesn't get doubled, only the dice do.
My strength modifier. There's a 1 and there's a 3 next to it. Underneath
It's
it.
the 1. It's the left one.
It's got the 1.
Yeah. It's got 1 plus whatever this is. 1 plus 9, that's 10 damage to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
You, after being stabbed twice by this individual, you have your shield, and you spin around, placing it on your back in a half-ditch attempt to block any further attacks. He takes a quick stab at you, not landing it properly, hitting the back of your shield. As you spin around with your warhammer, you just whack the side of him. You hear a crack from the inside of him as you just smash the warhammer into his side cleanly through his armor.
Nobody hits me but Cassie.
Okay, and now it is back to the top of the round, which is them. This one here is going to attempt to fire an arrow at you again, Harlan.
Good thing I've got a shield on my back then, isn't it?
Okay. You watch as he pulls back an arrow. He lets loose and he fires it. And just as you go to make that swing, the arrow flies past and hits into his friend.
Oh!
Doing... just the arrow just flies past. He gets hit by the thing, by a warhammer. He kind of lets out a squeal in pain, opens his mouth, and the arrow just goes straight through the back of his throat. And you just see him fall to the ground, an arrow through his neck.
Can I have a free
Warhammer
action
at the
just to
side.
turn around to that guy and just be like, what the fuck?
No. yeah, fine. You turn around
What?
and you say that to this rat who's currently just looking at you going, ah, bad idea. This one over here is going to take a shot at... What's the range on a short bow? range on a
I
short...
think he's in range to hit me.
He's in 80. It's 80. I need to make sure that he's in range for the minor of the two. He is going to take a shot at 1, 2, 3. Yep, he's in range to fire at Sam. Sam, incoming arrow attack. That is a total of 12. Does that hit your AC?
Not even close, mate. 15 AC.
Alright, doesn't hit. There's an arrow just whizzes
Like
past. Just
This is
whizzes
just a
past.
ridiculously powerful character, I'm just saying.
It's fine.
18 intelligence, 16 dex, just when I do get hit, it just hurts a lot.
19 strength, 16 constitution, 15 AC,
No,
and
no,
15
no.
hit points. Infernal, yeah.
I got 10 strength. It's really when I try to talk to people when things go wrong.
Yes, I know.
8 charisma, just saying. I can't talk to people well.
6 intelligence, by the way.
It's fine.
Wow.
They're on my level.
Alright, so that's that one. So that ends their turn. So now it leads on to Simon. It is your turn again.
It is my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm gonna...
Gonna
I'm
move
close
this.
in on this guy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sticking with the same guy. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast him again.
Okay. Give me a roll. They were attack rolls, right?
Yeah, Eldritch Blast and attack roll, that's a plus 5.
Yep, so that's 15. That hits. Roll damage,
Roll.
which is 1d10.
1d10. Plus 1.
9
There we
damage. Nice. You conjure up the symbol before you, swirling your hand around before forcing it out. You watch as a black beam just flies to, or a black, like, kind of like a half beam, flies towards.
I assume them being
towards
like,
them.
like long needle type.
Yeah, it flies
Yeah.
flies towards the rat individual currently wielding the bow, who just took a shot at Elsyan, and the blast just hits him, and there's just this big black plume of smoke that just that now covers where it just detonates on his on the chest of the individual. Still standing though.
Just not, but stumbling.
Then that leads on to Sam's turn.
Yeah.
Quit.
Anyway, my turn.
Mhm.
Right, yes. Let's just stuff all the stupid noises. Oh, I'm not quite ranged yet, so I need to move. Yes, I'll go there, and then I will use two side points for which. Just let me double check. So I just need to double check something quickly. I've completely forgot the. Actually, I forgot to do a number of things, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, fuck it. Hammer of Inquisition again on that bad boy.
Using 2 side points, you said?
Using those side points, please.
Okay. That is that a dex or is that a roll? That's a dex intelligence save, right? Okay.
Yes.
Alright. And
No,
that is...
no, it says-
that is a 3 again.
Ugh.
Oh man. Oh no, that's a 4. Oh, I'm sorry. It still does damage. Yeah. That is 14 damage. You... as
Melts their brain.
as you put your hand out, you kind of do the beckoning sign, and you do that before you put your hand into a fist, and you just watch as the plume of smoke clears. You just see this rat person just grasping their chest, coughing up blood, and just parts of their grasping their chest, grasping their head, and just falls to the ground bleeding and coughing up blood.
Can his head explode?
Sure.
Yeah.
Might take a turn though. It's building.
That I am fine with.
Pressure building up inside his skull.
Oh, just no one touch that rat person's skull. I just noticed these are just rat people. I don't know why I didn't notice that earlier. Did I blank out when Chris was describing them?
Who knows?
I think I must have done.
Who knows?
But Chris, are we just fighting Skaven?
Mm-hmm. They're called Morban, but yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they are absolutely Skaven.
Yeah, they are absolutely Skaven. Okay. Seeing his friend get taken down, this caster here is going to cast a spell again. You, Sam? That is a 22 to hit. That hits, I assume?
22?
Yeah.
Well, against my AC, yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
That-
And you
I've
take...
got high AC, but that's not that high.
And you
Okay,
take...
just
3
imagine for a
points.
second if he said, no, it doesn't hit.
At which point I would call BS and I'd just go, no. You take double damage. No. You take 3 points of fire damage as a fireball is a firebolt is conjured and thrust towards you.
Oh, that hurts.
It hits the
Oh.
side of your cloak and just begins to singe.
Oh.
Part
That's
of
right.
it.
His fiery balls are thrusted towards you.
You're a disgusting human being, Harlan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Utterly
and
disturbing.
this one
You love
here,
me though.
this caster
Yeah,
here
kinda.
is going to disengage, which means he doesn't get an attack of opportunity, but he can't do anything, and he's going to go 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5. So he's making a run for it. And Infernal, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to...
Can we take a brief moment to appreciate Infernal's ping?
Yes, thank you.
Who's the 110?
He's aware, or is he still here? Can I steal him?
He's still here, he's just running away at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna chase him.
Okay.
Attack.
Okay, give me a roll. That
You ain't
hits.
running away.
That hits.
You aren't getting away from the big boy.
Give me a
My dice is stuck, so I don't know what I rolled.
19.
Okay, that definitely hits. That's a 25.
Roll the d12. Well, and it's +6, I believe. So that's 1 + 6. That's 7 damage.
No, +4, not 6. 6 is the modifier. For
Yeah, but you
attack.
have rage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You slash again at this individual, slashing across their back. They stumble forward, but continue to move forward.
Can I attack him again with minor action?
I'm trying to think. I don't think you can because your weapon isn't light. No, your weapon's not light,
Yeah,
so you
it's
wouldn't
only
be
for
able to.
dual wielding.
Yeah, it's dual wielding or
Ah.
once you hit a certain level. So no, it's just the one attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't for some reason.
Question. I can see a person past another person, right?
Yes, but if you're going to be doing that, they most likely... So if you're trying to hit this caster here,
Yeah.
he'd have 3/4 cover, and a 1 to 5 would hit Infernal. On the dice, not overall.
I'm using. What if I'm using divine shit that literally just from the heavens?
If that ignores cover, then yes, that would work.
Oh yes. Then okay. Then well, you all know what I'm
Yeah.
planning to do.
Yeah, so down to the Dragonborn friend, who is going to move over and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he is, instead of attacking, he is going to give Infernal another attack. You can make a basic attack for anybody in range, Infernal.
Oh, okay.
That is a 19 again. So hits. Roll damage. I'm assuming against the caster.
Yep, I'm gonna try and finish him off.
Yep.
That's a
You,
10.
the rage building up, the fact that he was trying to escape from you, you take a step forward into his space and just swing down, cleaving through the back shoulder and the collarbone, wedging it in there, before kicking the base of his body and just pulling your axe out. Fairly certain he's dead.
Oh. Thanks.
And as a minor action,
Dragon
the Dragonborn is going to yep, you're still in range, and he is going to give you advantage on your next dexterity saving throw, Sam, until the end of combat.
Okay.
I mean, helpful.
Yeah.
If it comes up. Oh no, Constitution save, sorry, he's already seen the other ability used. So yeah, Harlan, is now your turn.
Right. So the one I was planning to go for is dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't reach. I don't know. You guys have probably got that more than pretty much covered. I'm just gonna divine radiance this motherfucker over here.
Okay, what's the range on that?
Sacred flame. It's within sight as far as I'm aware.
Should have a range on it.
Let me just double check. Oh, no, that is spells, not cantrips. Range 60.
60, so that would hit, yeah. That's well
Yep.
within range.
Yep. Just gonna...
By Aladra's favour, I abjure thee, and just, you know... I don't...
Attack roll or save?
Save 13.
First, what kind of save?
That is a dex save.
Dex save, makes it.
Damn it.
Yep. So how much damage do they take, or do they take none? Is it half damage or none? Were you using a spell or a
none.
cantrip?
Cantrip.
Okay, so that'd be
None.
no damage then.
Mm-hmm.
So you cast Sacred Flame, you fire it outwards over the corpse of the other one. The caster sees it coming and just pulls up their cloak, blocking the attack, and just parries the flame away, putting it out with some form of arcane energy.
Bar.
And background. Did you want to move, or are you okay?
I'm gonna... Okay, I'll be here.
Moving back around to this one's turn, he is going to put his short bow away and he's going to pull out 2 daggers. He is going to attempt to attack you, Infernal. So the first attack is not going to hit, that's 2. Second attack is a 14. That doesn't hit either, does it?
Nope.
No, 15, sorry. That's a...
15?
No, it is 14, sorry. I calculated it
Okay.
first time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't hit.
That doesn't hit. He goes to attack with his 2 blade with his 2 daggers, trying to stab at you, but you just turn around and you just bat the blades away with your forearm. That moves on to Simon. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay.
Current position, this individual
Yeah.
would have
Okay.
maybe... No, they wouldn't have cover. You have more than half on them, so it's fine.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm gonna move.
You can make sure anyway, so that's...
Yeah, I'm moving a little closer anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast this guy again.
Okay, so that's attack roll.
That is yes. +5.
That's a hit.
So it's 15.
1d10 damage.
1d10 damage.
2. Okay.
Okay.
This one fairly undamaged. You fire out your Eldritch Blast again at this one. This one again pulls his cloak up and just bats it away before giving you a stare of as if, no, can't do this. Sam, it's your turn.
Excellent. Right. Oh damn it! I've used all my side points now. That must be Mind Thrust.
Okay.
Mind Thrust. Gonna Mind Thrust them all.
Is Mind Thrust a attack roll or a DC save? I think it's an attack roll, but I'm not certain.
All I'm getting from the ability is, as an action, you target one creature you see within 120 feet of you. The target must succeed an intelligence saving throw or take 1d10 psychic damage.
That is a nat 20 succeed, so yes, he does succeed. His saving throw.
Cool. It doesn't actually say... Yeah, nothing
So it
happens.
wouldn't. It's a
Nothing
talent, so I'm
happens.
assuming it wouldn't do damage.
Yeah,
Again,
nothing
as you go to reach up and try and as you try to push out this psychic thrust, he pulls up his cloak again, and the psychic thrust is just deflected completely away from him as he stares at you. Moving around to his turn, he is going to use a dash to go 1, 2, 3, and then out of sight.
Can I just ask, what in the fuck is that cloak made from?
And then that moves on to Infernal. It's your turn.
Okay. Well then, time to... Okay. Gonna move back.
I would say, just so you know, going there will give you flanking, which is an advantage on your attack. Just saying.
Yeah, that's... Oh, whoops.
I'll move him, don't worry.
I'm lagging so much, you need to move.
I got it, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Just ping where you want to go and I'll move you. Unless,
Yeah.
unless there's not many tiles nearby. So you've got
Okay.
advantage so you can roll again just in case it's an nat 20. Which it wasn't, so that's a 17, that still hits. So that is a 1d12 damage plus 6. That is 11 points of damage to him. As you're standing behind him, he's currently he has just had his blade knocked out of his hand. He's currently looking at you and shaking as your axe just comes through and just cleaves into his skull and down to his collarbone. You just like wrench your battle axe out of him and just push him against the wall. The Dragonborn just looks at you and just gives you like a nod of good job. Okay. Do you guys wish to continue?
When you say continue, what do you mean?
One of them has run away. What I'm actually going to do here is I am going to end combat, but I'm going to give you rounds. So if you want to do something, you can do one thing per round.
I want to chase after him.
Yeah, I'm going to be sending Felipe after him.
Okay. So the next person in the round is you, Harlan. This one's dead, and the Dragonborn is currently walking back to meet with the rest of you.
Okay. Can I see him?
From there, no. He's gone round a corner and made a run for it.
Okay, I'm going to use my dash.
Okay. You pass around the corner into the next portion of the alleyway, and there is no one there.
Oh, I've lost him. Oh, my tiny wee legs can't take me no further.
Simon, it is you next.
Okay, right. Felipe can fly 50 feet on his round.
Okay.
I don't know if he can dash. I don't know if that's a thing he can do.
Yep, he can do, so he can go up to 100
Okay.
feet.
Nice. Right, which direction do we want him to go then? I assume this alley is dark or something? Or there's like a... I don't know.
So,
Um,
what you have so far is you would have the alleyway going down this way. You don't know what's currently down this way. Harlan, what you can see is it goes this, it continues going this way, and it just stops.
Right, can I call out to the people?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, this alleyway just ends up stopping. I'm pretty sure we saw some of them come out of the ground, so I reckon they've got some magic or trickery there. I'm gonna do an arcane. Oh wait, actually, give me a second. Let's not say we're gonna do something when we don't know precisely what our thing
Do an investigation check to start with.
Fair.
That is what?
A 10.
You're looking through the alleyway. It's a basic alleyway. There are a few doors and windows, but they don't seem to be closed or opened or broken or anything. They just seem to be regular doors.
I can't find anything myself.
Anybody else want to go through? Simon and Sam, you're technically going at the same time at the moment, so if you want to do something, say so.
yeah, I am gonna... How far can I even go?
You can go 40 if you dash. And Sam, at this point, you just watch as this Ratkin, his head just bulges up, bloats before there's a and the top of the head just blows open and the brains and all that just
I'm
fall out.
going to turn to Farnsworth
Okay.
and ask him to... Let's go. Farnsworth,
Yes, sir.
would you please search these corpses for any information that might be on them?
Yes, sir. I'll get right to it. And Farnsworth just walks over and starts passing his hand through the corpse multiple times, going just through, pull it back, through, pull it back, through, pull it back, as if trying to do it but failing.
I'd turn around, pretending I'm not seeing Farnsworth, not being real. It's real, okay.
You will be at level 2.
We both know that's not true. Just been me making up for it with magic.
Give it away, Sam. Why would you do this? Alright. So,
Right.
is anybody doing anything? At this point,
Uh,
Infernal, you probably would have been able to do something. A few seconds have gone by.
I'm going to I'm gonna dash down over this way as well. Where was I here? Yeah, if I dash, I can make it to here.
Okay. You see the exact same, an empty alleyway.
Okay, can I have a look at the floor to see if there's any like holes they might have come out of?
Yep, give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't have like manholes, but something like that.
Okay. What's your investigation?
My investigation is +1.
Okay. You do, in fact, see a manhole in the center of the alleyway, just here.
Okay, yeah, what's it look like? Is there like I assume there's a cover on it?
Yep, there's a manhole cover. It's covered in dirt from what you can tell, and it looks like it's untouched.
There's a hole here, but it doesn't look like they've come through it.
You can give me a perception check if you wish.
Yeah, I might see if there's like an illusion associated with it. Try and see if there's anything like that going on.
Okay. You can tell that this is a minor illusion, the dirt on top of it.
Okay.
This is something you've seen before. It's easy to spot.
They've put an illusion on the manhole cover to make it look like it's undisturbed. It seems very likely that this is how they escaped. Sasha, would you be a dear and lift this thing up?
I'm much better at smashing things down, but sure.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Nope. That's
Oh.
a 5.
You go to pick up the manhole cover and heave and heave, and it won't move.
Sorry, this is a little heavy for me. Let me try and lever it with my warhammer.
Okay, what part of the warhammer are you using for this?
I'm gonna grab like the pommel of it. I'm just gonna try and wedge it underneath it and just use that as a lever.
Okay. You can give me a roll. At this point, Sam and or Elsyan and Bhold, if you want to try and do something or whatever. Group up with the rest of the group. The
That is a 10.
Dragonborn
That is a
moving
10.
Forward.
Yep.
You move. You shove the pommel into the ground, trying to wedge it under, but you can't quite find the grip you need or the angle you need to get it.
I'm gonna move up because I'm now curious at what's happening.
Alright, what do you see what's happening?
Dragonborn friend's going to stand here and he's going to say, I'm just going to say, so what do you want to do with the bodies? Shall I go get someone?
First of all, check in case there's any important stuff on them. In case it'll give us any clues. Money especially would give us many clues. I'm kidding.
I see.
Mostly. But do check them for stuff.
He's checking them for things. He's going to make 2 investigation checks for these 2 corpses. Okay. He's found absolutely nothing. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna back out the way of the alley and just be like, Behold, would you be a dear and help Sasha lift this manhole cover?
Okay.
Move up, give me a strength check. Your rage would have subsided at this point. 2. What's your...
That's an 8.
That's an 8. you go to lift the manhole cover. It seems to be stuck fast.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna pick up my warhammer and I'm just gonna fucking attack this thing and try and just knock it through.
Give me a roll. This is your strength plus proficiency.
That is a 21.
31. Alright, roll
21,
damage.
21, not 31. If I
Jesus.
do 31, I would not have the rest. I would not need the rest of you.
Alright, give me a roll for your attack. Or for your damage.
1d8. That is
Okay. You swing your warhammer hitting the
+3.
manhole. It seems to bend and warp under the blow. It doesn't break or anything, and it seems to be stuck fast.
Right, it's bent a bit now. See if you can't get a better grip on it.
Okay.
You want to try again, Infernal?
Yep.
Okay. 15. 21 actually.
21.
You reach down into the gap or into the dent that's now been made, and you grab the handle, and you heave it up. There's a creak, a bend before the manhole cover just off of the location it is, and you see a ladder leading down. One point is over here examining these corpses. Okay.
We need to give chase quickly. Someone ought to. We need to all go down there.
Alright, how about this? What if Bhold goes down first, and then because he's so tall, it's not as much as a drop for the rest of us?
Are you suggesting we drop onto Behold's shoulders?
Yes.
I'm not an elevator, you know.
Let's be honest, Bhold. Don't you want to look awesome carrying people?
That's a big word. You sure you know that word? Behold.
Do elevators even exist in this universe, Chris?
You don't know
No,
the
I
word.
do not know what
Yeah, he's fun.
Can I do a history check on elevators, please?
They don't exist in this world.
I
But
think
you
in this
I'm doing a history check.
no. You've heard of these mysterious elevators. They seem to be some form of contraption which the elves have used in the past, made of wood and rope to carry someone down to the lower levels, but most of the time it's used in dwarven culture to get down the mines if they're...
Because the dwarves are lazy.
But he uses this word and he just says it not knowing what it means. It's just a fancy word he picked up from a dwarf in the tavern.
Right. I know you're not an elevator, but you're so strong. It would be helpful if you could help us less strong people down.
Okay.
You gonna
Once
climb?
Harlan wants to be
climb in,
there,
Infernal?
rather than letting everyone else
What?
down.
You're gonna climb down the manhole.
Yep.
All right. Give me a dexterity check.
Oh no.
Okay. You proceed to begin climbing down before you hit a rather slippery rung of the ladder, which seems to be covered in some form of moss. Your foot slips, but you move your foot to catch onto the next rung. You're perfectly fine, catching yourself from that. And do you continue to climb down?
What do you guys say?
At this point, you're maybe 15 feet, 20 feet down and going.
It's your choice, Infernal.
Yeah.
Wait, aren't they on my
Yeah, do
shoulder?
you see-
No, not yet. No,
Yeah,
it's sort of like
yeah.
a.
No,
you'll
they're
be
gonna
there to make sure we don't.
they're gonna jump down onto you. They're using
Well,
you as a
we're not
picture.
a jump down.
And if we slip, he'll be there to catch us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm keep going down.
Or knowing him, he's gonna roll a 1, and then he's just going to pick you up and spearhead you into the ground. But
So, no, you get down perfectly fine. Then Behold just throws you back up.
no, Behold just like
No, he
pick-
suplexes you.
I was about to say he like grabs around your waist, just suplexes you over his head. Oh dear. Okay,
Alright.
so at this point you've head down into the sewer levels. Just gonna get rid of this chaos.
Also, do I heal or no?
If you take a short break, you will.
I only get my side points back after a long break, don't I?
Yes, so after you've rested for bed, an 8-hour rest.
Yeah.
So high up
Okay.
might actually be
Good day.
6 because you've got meditation, but... I can't
I'm
remember.
gonna look at Elsyan and go, ladies first.
Men just before.
Oh,
Okay,
I guess.
And I'm
whatever.
gonna walk through.
okay, give me a dexterity check because no one has Bhold warned no one of the slippery rung.
You know what?
So give me a roll.
My dex check's fine. Fuck it.
Give me a roll.
1
Thank you.
is the...
You,
it's the
your
away from that
foot
one.
catch-
That makes it's the number on the left, isn't it? Under the thing for the bonus.
yes. Oh no, saving throw is on its own separate thing next to the
Oh,
stats.
it's saving throw.
Yes.
That's what it's... Oh, saving... Yeah, it's still 23. No, 21.
So,
sorry.
you-
Like, 22. 22. The one in between.
The one in between. 22. Your
Tired,
foot catches on the slipperiness of it, and it slips before you grab your or before your foot stabilizes itself on the other rung, and you just continue to slide your way down, making your way down the ladder. At this point, who here has dark vision?
I do.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's an issue.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Elvish?
Dark vision.
Oh.
I do not. Well, I am just the best of the elves.
Do you, Infernal?
and-
Should
Do you
be.
not? I thought
Where
it was
is
done.
that?
Vision type is near the top of your thing, above your health, isn't it?
Wait, where?
No.
No, is it?
No.
Where is it? Is it the?
I do not see vision type.
I don't think you put it as a separate thing. It might be where you put things like the language, so other proficiencies in language. Put it in. If you've got different vision types.
Oh,
probably
dark
there.
vision type is on features. It's on the right-hand side of the core page.
Mm-hmm.
It's on features and traits.
Oh, I have dark vision. I did not realise this fact. Why didn't I tell me?
Where, what?
Right side of your character page
Okay.
it should have.
So, okay. I don't have it.
You don't have dark vision. Okay. Currently, right now, this is pitch black to you, Infernal. You are down there on your own. You have no idea what's going on. You're currently on what feels like stone, and it feels slightly wet. You hear a in the distance, sounding like the tapping of footsteps just running away. And you can't make out the direction they're coming from, and you can't see a thing.
Okay,
Guys, I've gone blind!
Chris, I'm down there now, and apparently I do have dark vision, which I didn't realise.
Okay.
What do I see?
So you're down there now, and you can see in black and white, because it's pitch darkness, you can see about 20 feet away, you can see that on your right there seems to be a stream of sewage, and there's like a stone walkway that you're on. It's a rather thin stone walkway, and it seems to be covered in this like moss and gunk and mud and all sorts of bits and pieces. There are like insects crawling on the wall, worms and large centipedes just roaming around, and in the sewage itself you can see what looks to be ripples every now and then as a fin or a spine just pulls up above the water or the sewage before dipping back down, and you can't see very far, but you can hear the tapping of feet running away, and you can't fully make out the distance or the direction of it either.
Okay. I was just about to ask. Right, I know the direction.
You can see that
because I
there is a
presume
way
there's
forward
two-
and there's a way behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zoom. Okay then.
Okay, is anybody else going down at this point, or is it just...
I'm good to go down.
Yeah, that's why you head in first, Sasha. I'd only slow you down after all.
Oh no, off on my back.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, dear.
That's right, I'm doing this.
I don't think you're ready for this challenge.
Neither do I. Do you want to do it, Queglod, or just to say, no, you first?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a withering look. And be like, no, don't worry, I'll wait.
If you insist.
And Sasha is gonna hop down and is basically gonna slide down the ladder, like not touching the rungs, just sliding down.
Give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, we don't even need to roll for the disadvantage because that's a 1. You
So what? Flip the seven.
Swan dive.
you
down
jump
the hole.
you jump down. Your hands grab against the side of the side of the ladder, and you begin to slide down before you feel a piercing pain in your right hand side, and you're just held there. There's this snapping sound as your hand has impaled on a sharp part of the ladder, and you are currently dangling from it, and it's tearing away at your flesh. I'm going to give you one dexterity throw or dexterity saving throw with disadvantage again.
Can it be a Constitution saving throw?
No,
By any
dexterity, please. So with disadvantage again. 11 and
11.
Okay, so what's dexterity mod? It's saving throw.
Don't ask me that, please.
Is it
don't.
-1?
It's -1.
Okay. You grab out at the rungs. You grab the slippery one, and you slide. You fall back. Your hand tears off of the part of the rung that's sharp and jagged, or the ladder which is sharp and jagged along the side, and you fall backwards, falling to the ground. You take.
Can we not? Because you know I'm gonna die.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the stone on the bottom of the sewer.
I'm gone. I'm at 0.
You fall unconscious
At the
then.
bottom?
You fall unconscious. You fall to the You fall to the. You fall onto the stone. There's this crash as he just hits the stone floor. And looking around, Elsyan, you currently see the non-moving and currently bleeding from his right hand, Sasha.
Okay,
And looking down, you can see what's just taken place, Queglod.
I know that I haven't necessarily been the nicest person to you, but all jokes aside, I think we need to save you. And the problem is, aren't you the cleric?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh dear God.
People can
Queglod!
make people can make medicine checks. However, every time someone makes a medicine check, Harlan makes a death saving throw.
Okay, let me just double check my medicine before I say anything. Okay, I've got 2 medicine. You've got 1. Okay, we're the 2 people down here, and I presume someone else doing an action might cause some other horrible thing.
Yeah.
Does athletics help in any way?
No, I don't think it does.
Power CPR.
Or survival?
I'm going... I was about to say I'm going to investigate his body, but...
Steal the coin.
I'm gonna intimidate his arm.
No, it's to investigate his wound.
I'm gonna intimidate his arm so it stops bleeding.
Okay, you can make medicine checks if you want. Simon, you can also start making your way down the ladder while this is all taking place.
Simon, what's your medicine like?
I have +1 for medicine.
Oh God, I've generally got the best medicine here. What about the Dragonborn guy? What about the Dragonborn guy?
He doesn't know.
He's-
You've told
yeah,
him.
he's no
You've
idea
just
what's
all
going
gone down, and you've just left him. He's currently up on the surface, currently looting these
Right,
guys'
okay.
bodies.
I would highly suggest...
Wait! Infernal has that healing potion!
Wait. Yes, Harlan?
Infernal has that healing potion from last night.
I will say this is metagaming, but I will allow it for the first time.
I'm blind,
okay.
by the way.
Oh yeah, he's blind!
Fuck that shit.
Oh,
Okay, right. Just so we get the balance.
Infernal, make a intelligence check.
Oh no.
Oh,
You
yeah.
killed me, Chris.
Did the rest of us find that Infernal did get the? Did we see that he got the?
Oh
yeah, you did. Infernal, you know that you have a healing potion. You don't know if it'll save him or not.
Right.
But do I see him lying on the ground?
Yes, you see him lying on the ground. You were given
blind?
You were given a. Oh no, you are. You can't see anything. So
Is
you've
there a
currently...
check I can do to remember? Yes, he has some.
Give me a history check.
A history. That's fine by me, big boy. Come on. 21.
Yep, you remember. Bhold's got that healing potion. This might just do it.
Oh god. I can see how this might go horribly wrong. I'm not going to say anything more.
Well, there are many, many
There are
ways.
many things that could go wrong.
Oh, there were so many.
Oh god.
Can you be the one to administer it? Because you've got a mildly better chance of it not fucking
Well,
up.
yes.
Of
Quick.
not
Behold, you gotta,
smashing it over his head. Yeah.
behold,
Yes?
turn on, look at me.
Where
I
are
need
you?
your
I
healing
can't
potion.
see.
Listen to my voice.
Okay.
Make a perception check. Infernal.
Oh,
I'm
Oh, yeah,
going to
my
be climbing down the
perception
ladder
is high
while this
because of-
happens.
Yeah, you're climbing down the ladder slowly but surely.
Yeah, very
I have high
slowly,
passive
taking very
perception.
very great care on every rung.
So that's what, a 7 is that? Or a
Wait, 9? What?
9 plus what?
Perception?
yeah, it's wisdom.
1.
Oh,
wait,
1.
wisdom?
Okay.
Wait,
Uh,
wisdom?
Is your-
sorry,
is your
sorry.
perception
It's
one?
It's perception. Sorry.
Perception is 1.
Okay, so you know roughly where Elsyan is.
My passive perception is 11.
Yeah, so you know roughly where Elsyan is at this point.
Smashfist,
Okay, I go give him the potion.
Liz.
Okay. As you're getting the potion out, I'm gonna say make a sleight of hand check to make sure you don't drop it.
Oh, I'm trained in that.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Why am I being...
I'm not trained in that, never mind.
I'm gonna make a roll real quick. Yeah, you
God.
pull out the healing potion,
Why am I trying so... Why is my
And-
character trying so hard to actually save
but
a life
you made the one mistake of picking it up by the stopper on the top, and there's just this sound. Actually no, before that, Sam, give me a dexterity
Oh,
check
okay.
with disadvantage.
I'm fine with that. Okay, right.
Not fine with that.
Now, that's unfortunately...
It's a 2.
It could be worse. Oh, that
Ah.
sucks.
2. You go to reach out for the
It's
potion.
a 5, I'll have you know. It's a 5 with the added 3.
Just too late as the bottle smashes on the ground of the sewer floors.
Right,
Queglod, at this
okay.
point you've made it down. Harlan, make a death saving throw, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Not
Guys
a
on a
one.
1.
That's a natural 20, which means you go up to 1 hit point.
Oh my god.
Which means you just get back up. You're fine.
Oh, alright, I'll admit that were a bad idea.
Smashfist, are you okay?
I'm not great. Give me a second.
I- No.
1 second.
I'm not one for being sensible most of the time. And
Cure
apparently-
wound! Bang into chest.
Okay, so that's 6 plus what?
That's a D8 plus
Plus the first level, which is 3,
Plus 6,
plus
plus
your...
6.
Yeah, plus 6.
Oh, fuck me, that was a bad one.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
That's
Nice.
12.
Fully
Fully healed.
Fully healed.
Now, I'm not one for being sensible, also because I presume we can't hear the running anymore.
No, running stopped.
Alright, okay. Well, thank God our cleric is alive. Who was going to save me later? Darling. Yes.
Yeah, sure. What?
Let's not mention the fact I now no longer have any spell slots.
Let's not mention any of that. I think... I think...
So
Granted, this is funny metagaming here, I know, but I think we need to go rest.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I think with
Yeah.
that, you just need to go, I think we've had enough for today.
Mhm.
You've made my character have some sort of sympathetic character thing, which I don't like.
Your character has suddenly become deranged and doesn't know what they're doing. Right?
Farnsworth! Farnsworth, order me a psychiatrist. I'm being kind to peasants.
Of
Realistically,
course.
I should have just tried to let you die, shouldn't I?
Yes, yes, you should've.
That's what an evil
Should
character
have
would...
just had should have just had Farnsworth try to tend to it.
Farnsworth! Tend to them. Which, actually, okay, Chris, for future, because when I get telekinesis, if I try to use Farnsworth for a medicine check, would that work?
Sure.
Yes!
I will,
can't
however,
use-
be giving him a check of -1 because he's an imaginary character and you're using the
That is
mind.
entirely fair,
That's fine.
but quite frankly, it allows my character to maintain their dickery.
Having a negative in that sense is actually a positive for you, so you don't have to try.
Exactly.
Uh,
So now tapping as well. Typing. Anyway.
okay. So, what do you do?
Well, we're in the sewers at the moment, aren't we?
Mhm.
Yep, you've just got down the ladder.
Yeah. So, how much can I mind? The range on my dark vision isn't very far.
Everybody's dark vision is the same unless they have perfect night vision, which I don't think any of you do. So that is a 20-foot range of black and white, but then the rest of it is dim vision, so it's hard to see.
Mhm.
Well, I have range 30 feet on my dark vision because of my raven. That's where I get that from.
Okay.
I don't have natural dark vision, but while it's on my shoulder, I can see quite far
Okay.
because Philippe is amazing.
So Felipe is currently sat on your shoulder, so you've got extra range, right?
Yeah, I should be able to see about 30 feet.
Okay. Looking down the way, you see the same as what Sam saw. You see the kind of cylindrical tube channel that you're with the walkway going along, and you see that there's what's the beginning of an opening on the right hand side, and it just continues going on straight as well.
And does that appear to be the only way to go?
There's also the way behind you, and behind you you just see a straightforward cylinder tube way going forward.
Why did we go down here again?
We're
Pursuing the Ratman.
Right,
Getting
can I-
Harlan killed. That's why we
Can
were
I
here.
do like a perception or
Can
a
we see any
survival
footprints?
to try and yeah, that.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm
Someone
not
other than
good at
me do that,
investigating.
please.
The two who asked to do investigation checks, please do. So,
I did not ask to do an investigation check.
and Infernal.
Oh god.
Okay, what's
That's
your
a
11.
9.
11 and a 9. You're looking around. You can't see any footprints. It's just a kind of a partially dirt covered stone floor. Doesn't seem to have any footprints at all.
Anyone who's good at investigations want to come in here?
Oh, I might be persuaded. I'm rolling now.
Looking for
That makes it
footprints and stuff would be
13.
Hmm?
That does-
looking for footprints and stuff would be nature, wouldn't it?
Investigation or survival.
Damn it.
yeah.
Oh, survival. Hello, hello. You said hello.
Oh yeah, I have survival too.
Yeah. So if you want to do survival, just based on the because no, it'd be investigation because you're more in what would be classed as a rural or urban area. So yeah, investigation if you want to
Okay.
do that. So Sam, you rolled a 7 for what was that?
that was for an investigation. Sorry, I should have made it more clear.
That's
That
fine.
makes it a total of 13.
Okay.
Because I've got
Um,
6 investigations.
You're looking around. Again, you don't see anything else, and you don't hear anything either. There's no sounds coming from this down this area.
Hmm. Okay.
So, how would you like to proceed?
Is that to the party as a whole?
Yep. You do. What would you like to do?
Well, I reckon we've lost him.
As much as I
let's-
hate to agree with Smashfist, I have to say yes. We've lost that creature.
I'd say we let the Marshal know about this and see if he can't have people come down here.
That's true.
Oh,
He'll have more
actually-
men. They'll be able to kill on
actually-
the ground.
Actually, quick thing. That person was a spellcaster. Maybe they left some sort of magical residue. Queglod, you're good with that stuff.
It's not a bad suggestion. I can see what I can do. Right, I'm gonna sort of like kneel down in the mud
Okay.
and concentrate on looking for.
It might be brown, but that
Yeah.
isn't mud.
It's
I'm
it's
going to
dirt.
pretend
It's wet dirt. It's not. There's a stream of sewage to your right. You could push him in if you wanted.
Hard. I didn't hear that.
Give me a roll.
Right, I assume this is Arcana.
Arcana. Yep.
And my Arcana's only +1.
Okay.
It's a shame.
You can't seem to see any arcane residue. Arcane residue generally ends up being left when a spell is cast at a particular location.
Yeah, it's like the
So you cast it and it like leaves a kind of like an orb or residue at the location where it was cast, not leaving a trail.
I can't detect any disturbances in the weave. There seems to be nothing going on here. Perhaps someone more specialized in this field might be able to tell more than I can, but I don't have the ability to track them down here.
Maybe I could have a go.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
That's an Arcana, yeah. So I got +6 from my Arcana.
There
That's
is
9. That's 9. That does worse.
Nope, there is no arcane residue that you can sense down here.
Ugh.
Although what you can sense is a lot of sewage and feces flowing by.
I want to get out of here now. This
Come
is
on,
quite disgusting.
Sasha!
And not... Oh,
Not
God.
one! Ah, yes!
Harlan, you sense an arcane residue, and
Nice.
you begin to follow it. You turn around, and you close your eyes. You take a step. Your foot falls away, and you open your eyes, and you fall face first into the river of sewage. As you go to follow it.
Finding where you belong, Smashfist.
I hate fucking magic.
Oh, that's your problem. You've been fucking it.
Do you want to do an Arcana check, hey, Infernal?
Yes, I would love to.
Oh, yes.
Do it. Hey!
Yeah, you look around and you
That's
think,
-2, so that's a 1.
I can sense something. And just fart. And let off a little. Just getting away with it, no one can smell it over the rest of the sewage. It's fine.
Yes, I sense. Very strong magic here.
You are now a master of the arcane.
Is this like South Park?
Close enough. So, what would you now like to do?
Right, I'm gonna clean myself off using Elsyan.
What can I do a dex save to stop this from happening?
Well, he's currently sitting up from prone. He fell face first into the sewage. He's currently standing up from prone. He then has to make a strength check to get up onto the bank. You at this point can make an insight check to see what his intentions are, and then act according to that.
Doing an insight
That's a
check.
5.
You can't fully pull yourself up. What's your insight?
That makes it. Oh, that's a 3. That makes it 7.
Okay, make a deception check for this. Please, that was a 5, so you didn't manage to pull yourself up.
I win.
You've just he doesn't realise it immediately.
All right, I'm gonna try and get up again.
Okay, this time you succeed. You may make another insight check if you wish. This is the original thing that you got. So what was your insight before? Oh, doesn't matter either way. So you succeed. So you succeed. You now realise Sasha is currently staring at you, kind of intently, and you put 2 and 2 together, and you realise what Sasha might try and do.
Stay away from me, dwarf.
What? You don't want a hug?
You can fuck right off with that.
Alright. What have you got Farnsworth to stop me?
I don't need Farnsworth to deal with the likes of you.
Alright, I'm going in for the hug.
I'm going
to mind thrust him.
Give me an attack roll.
Because Elsyan don't play, boy.
Not so much.
I still got my shield with me.
That's a 20 total.
Damn!
So that hits. What damage is it? It's 1d10, is it, or is it?
I believe so. Yes, mind thrust is 1d10.
Alright, give me that 1d10 roll.
If you kill me again, I swear to shit.
And this time, I will laugh my ass off.
4. So take 4 points of psychic damage, Harlan. And Harlan, you're going to
Okay.
need to make a strength check versus Sam's DC. Or AC, sorry. Nope.
Nope.
You try to grasp for him and he mind thrusts you, sidestepping you as you move past him.
Oh, you bastard.
You feel a
Come
singe in the
here.
back of your head. You going to try again?
Yep.
Okay, Sam, what would you like to
You
try
feel
and do?
it?
You going to try and dodge out of the way for this one, or are you going to...
Oh yeah. I'll try and move out of the way for this one.
Okay. It won't hit your AC anyway, so
Still.
we'll just say that you move past. Yeah.
We're just basically having a bit of a cat and mouse here.
Yep.
Oh my god, tables turned. I presume the Ooh.
That is a strength check, which is a 17 versus a what, Sam?
Oh, he gets me. He gets me. Because I presume those rolls would be dex.
Dex saving throw, yes.
Dex saving throws. Yeah, that's 15.
Yep. So you go to
He just gets me.
you go to hug, and you just grab onto his arm, and you're currently grappling it, just smearing it all over Elsyan's arm.
Right, do I have my hands free enough to do another mind thrust?
You have the other hand free, yes.
Is it... Okay, I'm going to mind thrust.
Okay.
I just say we've made 0
Well, that
fucking
hits.
progress.
Can I just say, this is more fun.
Alright. Damage again, please. That hits the DC. The AC.
Yeah, you can't actually kill me right now.
6 psychic damage.
Alright.
Ah, bollocks.
You feel a intense
Get
burning in your forehead and
off
headache
me.
as you just release the grapple, just intensely just grabbing your head and rubbing it, feeling this pain shoot through your mind.
You better be bloody glad I don't hit my companions.
Well, I do. Don't try and touch me with your filthy hands and body.
Yeah.
Comes the voice from slightly lower down the slightly lower down. You both turn your heads to see this tiny
started
halfling
it.
looking up and just shouting at the two of you.
Look,
who started it. I'm finishing it.
Oh god.
Sorry, Queglod, I think you're a bit far away from me to hear.
Both of you get up that ladder and let's get out of this shithole.
Fair enough,
but
actually,
Smashfist is right.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
Who's
I'm
the,
not-
who's the
well,
first to ascend?
I am.
Me.
I am.
I'd say it would be Infernal, because Infernal was
You know where the ladder
takes
is.
the order and just goes. So
Yeah.
Infernal,
I
you
am
just
trying
make
to
your
be
way
quicker.
up. Make an intelligence check to see if you remember the rung is there. You do. Congratulations, you remembered something.
Yeah.
And you
To
can
clarify,
and you
I'm-
head up
I'm
and you
brut-
skip past it and just continue going.
To clarify, I'm brutally aware of that stuff down there.
So
and
you can
I'm
make
trying to go first.
so you can make a roll with advantage to remember if it's there. 13 plus what's your intelligence mod?
Let's -1.
Okay, so roll again. Just in case. Might be a nat 20, you never know. Okay, better. Yep, so you remember it's there. It's
And
been
to clarify, I'm
carved into
dripping
you.
shit all over Elsyan.
Okay, you're climbing. Elsyan, what have you done? You've just seen this
Yeah, I
turd-covered
presume I've noticed
dwarf
that,
climbing.
that I'm going to step back away from the ladder until the shit stops dropping.
Okay. It's continuing to drop off slowly but surely, and there comes a point where you get to the top, Sasha, and you climb out. You look over, and a large portion of it seems to have is starting to dry and crust on you.
So that's genuinely quite disgusting. But where dwarves belong.
You can climb the ladder now if you wish.
I'm going to
Did I
find-
hear that? Did I hear that?
That was me, not Elsyan.
Oh,
by the
right.
way.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely not
you've-
Elsyan.
You've remembered the rung is there. I'm going to have you do a dexterity saving throw to see if you accidentally put your hand in any of what's been left behind by Sasha. Nope.
That's a 16.
You're fine.
Disgusting fucking dwarf living
You
shit
can-
all over this stupid ladder.
You can see where it is. You climb up. You avoid all of it. And Simon, you're last.
Okay.
You also sound a little bit far away. I'm not sure whether that's... There we go.
Is that better?
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a lot better.
Right.
It worked really well earlier for you seeming far away to the
Yeah, yeah. It was like, where's that voice coming from? Oh, right, yeah. It's well
like it's
down there.
coming from down the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Below. Right. I'll get to climbing up the ladder then.
Alright, give me a roll to see if you remember the slippery rung.
Oh god, no.
What's your intelligence?
Intelligence is -1.
Alright, give me a dexterity
Alright.
saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
You remember at the last minute that it's there. Give me another roll just in case it's 20.
14, yeah.
It's fine. You remember at the last minute, you stop, and you move your hand up, and you put your hand in what's been left behind by Sasha. Like, disgusting. You rub it on the wall and just continue moving upwards.
My father saw me now, he'd disown me.
And you are
Yes.
now all topside. Infernal, you're the first to see this. Your Dragonborn friend, as you've made your way back and had a look around the street, he isn't there anymore. And what looks to be a few guards have taken the place and seem to be removing the bodies from the scene. You
What
can-
are we gonna do?
You can either turn right towards the scene, or you can go left away, but you might get lost.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's go to the right.
So you taking the lead, you see that everybody else has. Don't worry about tiles. You make your way out of the alleyway and turn right. Start making your way down there, and the guard sees you and he goes, "Oh, are you the? Oh, what's that smell?" Just takes a step back, kind of gagging almost at the smell that's just floating off of Sasha.
Just... It's the dwarf.
I'm going to create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, to make a fart sound come from the rough area of Elsyan's butt.
Okay. There's to succeed. There's a
What? Okay, right.
from this.
What is that?
Never mind. You rolled, so you're taking that one. You go to make the sound, and instead you feel a heaviness in your breeches. Oh.
Oh no!
To be quite fair, it probably doesn't change much, to be honest.
Doesn't change much, but he knows what he did.
No. To clarify, that was using magic.
Tough shit.
You rolled, and I said you didn't have to, so these things happen, Harlan.
I just do a perception.
Also remember,
just
you
to see.
did hit your head so hard
Yeah.
that it knocked you out.
Yeah.
And
so-
then got
I've just done a
mind
perception.
friction twice.
Yep, you know this has
Sasha's
taken
out.
place.
Sasha's out. Sasha disappears. You never see Sasha ever again. I'm going back to the tavern. You ain't stopping me.
Excuse me, are you the...
Nope. Bye.
I'm
Okay.
sorry to say that our dwarven cleric there has shat herself. Don't
I
say
said I'm a dwarf.
So you're running away, Harlan.
Yep.
Roll initiative.
no.
The guards are now charging after you, someone who's just stormed away from a crime scene after
He's just shattered the
refusing to
leave.
talk to them.
Herself, leave them be.
You can use whatever. You don't know.
As this all takes place, you watch as a guard just doosh, 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 and just grapples Sasha.
Oh,
do
you
that.
don't want to do that.
And you're currently pinned and prone to the ground. You see the individual has like pulled up a mask or something and has currently got a sword, and they're holding it to your throat, and they're grabbing all of your hair and they're pulling on it so it hurts. And the other guard says,
Look,
Alright,
look,
alright. What's going on? You talk, you die. What's going on? Elf?
Well, I'll work backwards, shall I? Our dwarven friend here wants to run because they shat themselves. I suggest letting them go.
You
I'm
just
looking
appeared at a
vague.
crime scene.
That happens. It's not unknown for us to do that on accident. We were attacked by by rat people. Yeah. Isn't that
So
right?
you're the
Farnsworth?
ones who killed them.
Yes.
Were you with anybody else?
Is there Dragonborn around?
No.
No. There was a Dragonborn around that was meant to escort us. The High Marshal. Words. Yes, the High Marshal ordered this Dragonborn to escort us, and we had him here to search. The High Marshal has us looking into the fire elemental attacks from yesterday. Yeah.
I see.
Hmm.
Let them go.
Oh, thank God.
You watch as the guard who stands up, he pulls his blade back, he lets go of your hair, pushes your head into the ground, and then just stands up and walks away. And just, you see another one of them, a caster, just uses what you can tell is prestidigitation to just clean it all off and push it all off of him.
Oh, that was a bit unnecessary.
I'd recommend getting back to your tavern, or wherever you're staying. It's getting closer to, well, getting closer to 1 at this point, but I'd recommend going back there, especially with your smelly friend.
Smelly doesn't cover it.
Understood.
Very well. We'll be returning.
Right, one of you
Bye.
go with them. Make sure that they don't do anything stupid.
That's going to be harder than you think, and not our stupidity is never intentional.
Okay, 7 times a 9. Harlan, a total of 63 plus people see you walking through the street covered in turd.
I would like to roll stealth.
Okay, roll it with disadvantage because we're working with smells.
Incredible disadvantage.
Please get another one.
3.
Come on, come on, come on, that one! Oh.
All of the people still notice you, except for one guy who's both blind and he smells something, but he just assumes that it's the guy next to him.
Okay.
And you walk back to the you walk back to the tavern. You make it back to the tavern, and you walk in, and the innkeeper's like, "Welcome, go,
That's right, I'm having a fucking bath.
go
Out
have
of the
a
way.
go have a bath,
That's what
you
I'm
idiot."
doing. Move.
At which
And
point
I'm
you just
charging up to my room.
you charge up to your room, and you just like jump into a bath or whatever. You just like prepare it and get in. It doesn't matter whether it's too hot or too cold. You just get rid of it and clean it all off you. There's this horrible stench, and a few of the individuals in the tavern are just clenching their noses and like throwing up what remains of their drink or their meal they're having. And the rest of the party just turns up at this point. I assumed you went back to the tavern. Yes? No?
Yeah, we've gone back to the tavern.
There's no point
That's
fighting
how I
about
Yeah,
at this point.
keeping a bit of a distance from Sasha.
You make your way back to
I'm
the
doing
tavern.
a very pompous head up, pitching my nose.
You've still got some on your arm, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore it while also struggling to not to throw up.
You make your way back into the tavern, and the barkeep's like, "Where on earth have you... Oh, you as well?"
He tried to hug me. He succeeded.
Oh, you guys are
Just-
horrid. Is this a common thing he does?
The dwarf, we're not sure. If
he comes back in this tavern, covered in that again, I'm not letting you guys have rooms.
Oh God! Don't punish us for him.
Why not?
I barely even know the guy.
Right, fine. You get to pay extra if you want to stay in if he does it again.
That is entirely
It
fair.
won't be happening again, I assure you of that.
Good. Now go get
Honestly,
yourselves
cool.
cleaned up. You all stink. Some less than others. Surprisingly, the Goliath doesn't.
Woo!
And I'm going to go up to my room while yelling at Farnsworth to run me a hot bath.
You'll make your way to your rooms, have yourself a bath and a little bit of downtime, grabbing yourself what you would like to eat, and we'll pick up again next time where you'll all be regrouping back on the tavern floor. It'll be about 2 p.m. 3 p.m. at that point.
Okay.
So, prepare what you want to do, talk ahead of time, fine, and that's up to you. Alright. Closing that all off, we finish, and Elsyan cleans up his arm. Queglod fixes, makes sure that that the bottom of her cloak and robes haven't been covered with anything vile. Sasha takes a full body bath, cleaning off and smearing the horrible gunk that's currently covering her body and making sure to be thoroughly clean. And Bhold has found himself a chicken to chow down on, as he does not need to wash. So instead, he takes the chicken to his room, sits on his bed, and begins to chow down on his second meal of the day.
Makes love to it.
Anyway,
Whoa, wait, what?
thank you.
Who
Thank
said
you.
that?
Who said that? Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Crabby D&D. Take care.